guys excited about being in the loan business? Come on. We got two excited people. You better be excited. I mean, figure this out. If you're not excited about being in this business right now, how are you ever going to get anybody excited about doing business with you, first of all? I would look at that like, I'm not one of these motivational people like, oh, get positive. No. You know what? Get excited about what you're doing. Wake up every day, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm going to go have some fun today and build my business. I think it starts with that. I'm going to give you some really good stuff today to build your business. But I think you build it on, you just get up, dress up, wake up, comb your hair, brush your teeth, and get out and have some fun. I mean, part of it is that. So I don't know how that works, by the way, but I do know this. Passion sells. People want to be around people that look like they like what they're doing. I don't know how that works, but people want that. I don't even know how vitamins work, or if they do. But I take vitamins. I've been sick for 3 years, so you know what? I'm going to keep taking them just in case it's the vitamins, all right? It's like enthusiasm. Anyway, so you got to be excited about a couple of things. First of all, working for Security National Mortgage. That's not even fair right now from what I'm seeing, and I hope you feel that way. I know that for one reason. I'm here. That's a statement, first of all, about the kind of company you work for. Of course, I've been here for probably the last 8 years. This company's always had a deep, deep commitment to the success of the people that work for this company. So I'm really excited about that. It's taken a lot of changes over the last few years, but hey, that's all good. I started when we had 0 loan officers. Yeah, none, 0. 120 account executives all over the country. And today, I don't know if we have 10 account executives, and I don't know, like what, 400, 500, 600 loan, I don't know. They're everywhere.
About 6.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So part of it is that. So I'm going to give you some things today that just happen to be working for others. I don't know if it's going to work for you. Does that make sense? But I know that it's working for others that I'm coaching within the company. I'm going to lay some things out for you to look at that might match your style, your own personality, the kind of business that you're looking to build and that, but I think part of it is that. I work every day with our loan officers builders, and our loan officers realtors. Those are the 3 people I spend my time with one reason, and that's to help build business in all 3 areas. Let's face it, I'm a purchase guy. Most of you that we've worked and talked in the past, that's what refi is great. I hope you get some. I like cash-in refis. If it's a cash-in refi, I'm all in. That's a new term, right? Who ever heard of that, a cash-in refi? Well, that changed, what, a couple of years ago, all of a sudden. So I like those, but the rest of them about, oh, wait, hold it, what if the rate got, you know, give me a break, you're driving me crazy. Purchases close, that's why I like them, true or false? True. They close. They're emotional. Refis are logical. I can't, they're way too much goofy stuff. See, purchases close because the wife in this little situation didn't buy a house, she bought a walk-in closet. Think about it, she's all, oh my God. She bought granite, and she's all hyperactive on this deal, and I'll tell you what, I get that husband to do whatever I want him to do to make sure she gets that granite. Think about that. I tell husbands all the time, oh, you can't find your check stub? You want me to call your wife and tell her she ain't getting the granite? No, don't call her. Then get me the check stub. I love working. I'll work that, husband. We're going to make this close. Because I know, I tell them, you get this house done, it's going to be a good time for about the next 5 years. You don't get her that house, it's going to be tough. I learned that a long time ago. My only job in my life is to make my wife happy. That's my only job. That's what I do every day, because I know when my wife's happy, life is good. When my wife's not happy, life is not good. All right, so we've got to do the same thing with a purchase. You want to make her happy, get this house closed. So I like purchases. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do a refi, but anyway, I think with what's coming up in the business, if we started a forecast for the next 2 or 3 years, what do you think? Purchase or refi? Purchase. It's just that, I mean, this isn't a really, that's just the way it is. And those things change as the market changes. But right now, we've got to figure out how to make that happen. I'm going to help you, if you want, to get to, let's see how to say this. I'm going to help you get in front of more realtors and builders if you want to. You might go, I don't want to. Well, then don't do it. Does that make sense? But I'm going to show you how to do it. And I think that's one of the commitments of the company is I'm all about how to and not so much about what to. Did I say that right? Too many people want to tell you what to do. Oh, go do this. Oh, whatever. You show me how to do it. Tell me what to say. Where do I go? What do I bring? I think that's the structure I think that we need in this industry that seems to be missing. So if you don't have the structure, you kind of flip out on your own, and it takes too much time. So I like to help accelerate that for you. I want to get you in front of more realtors if that's what you want to do. In front of more builders. In front of more people that are actually interested in moving forward. I guess this way. I want to be in front of the ones that are at least as motivated as I am. Is that true? If you're not as motivated as me, realtor, consumer, builder, I don't have time. You're going to take that energy that I just have so much every day, so we'll see what we can do with that. That's all I'll say about that. I just want you to get, though, that I'm all in. With those of you that I'm working with now, you probably get that. I'm all in some of the things that I'm helping you customize for your business. I do a lot of customization with marketing plans for those that want it. This is pretty interesting, though. If you email me and say, hey, Bill, I would really like to get a personal marketing plan for myself. Great, I'm going to send you a form, you fill it out, send it to me, and based on all that info, I'm going to put together a customized plan just for you. Now, this is interesting because I have found that everybody is interested in growing their business. I'm telling you, I get email every day. Yeah, I'm really interested in making more money. I'm interested in a better relationship. I'm interested in making more loans. I mean, everybody seems to be interested. But there are very few people, I have found, that are actually committed to do what it takes to grow your business, have a better relationship, or get more money in the bank if that's what you want. There's a huge gap between interest and commitment. Here's how I can prove it. And this is about 8 years experience with the company. I write business plans every day for you, for I don't know, for some of you in here today. And by the way, that business plan will tell you, here's what you want, whatever your goal is, money, volume, I don't care. Here's what you want, I'm going to show you how to get there. I mean, step by step. 90% of the loan officers that I create that plan for, I never hear back from them. This is crazy to me. I go, and by the way, I ain't chasing you down 600 or whatever. I work with those that are committed. But it's interesting that once they see what they have to do, they go, oh my God, I have to really work hard. Well, you said you wanted to make $200,000. What did you have in mind? I mean, it's kind of interesting. You can't work 20 hours a week and make 200 grand a year in this business. So anyway, I'm saying that as a sort of a disclaimer that when you do contact me, if we're working one-on-one, you got to do the work. I don't come over and pick you up every day. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I ain't coming around here to drag you out and let's go build business. But I'll tell you what, I'm there for you. Meaning, you tell me what's happening. You tell me what you're finding out. Tell me what they said. Tell me the obstacle. Where'd you hit a speed bump? And that's where you and I can really start to massage that and come up with some things to get over those humps. So anyway, so if you're interested, call. If you're committed, we'll go for that. Now, part of this Jumpstart 2014, you all have, and if you don't, be sure that you take my card, email me so you do have your Game Plan 2014. If you have my last year's one, throw it away. I've changed some of the things this year. I've added some new forms in there for you. I've got some new parts to it. So if you don't have it, and you'll know because it'll look like this, if you don't have one, it's 26 pages. 26-page business plan? Well, really, there's only one page that gets it down to that. But there's other tools in here that you can use for things like time management, how to get more out of your day, just other tools. I mean, again, structured tools. So be sure that if you don't have one, let me know and I'll just email it to you tomorrow, as soon as I get back. Now, when you get that, there's only a couple of pages in here that I want to sort of give you my thinking behind what I'm asking you to fill out for yourself. By the way, if you want to. I don't care what plan you use. By the way, what's the best plan in the world?
One that works.
Well, the one that works and the one that you're working. You could write your plan on a cocktail napkin. I don't care. If it's working, then keep doing it. But I think it's that. See, plans don't create results. Execution does. See, a plan's just, here's a roadmap. But anyway, so you got that. But there's a couple of pages I think are going to be very important in your plan that I really want you to consider. There's one page, and I don't know, I think it's page 3, that says at the top, just why am I in the mortgage business? Pretty good question. If you and I were talking one-on-one, I'd probably ask you the same thing. Why the heck are you doing this? This is crazy business. Why would you want to do this? And I think you have to get pretty clear. Why am I doing this? And you may not be the first thing you write. Now, I want you to want to think about it, because there are those days and those clients, those phone calls that you might have to remember. Why? You know those times, and maybe not you, where I went, what am I doing? I don't need this. I'll go do something else. And I'd have to go, all right, why am I doing? I had to laminate mine on a little card, carry it around with me. Realtor tell me, let me see what I'm going to do to knock you out. Anyway, so that's an important page. And by the way, at the bottom it says, if what you wrote doesn't excite you, keep writing. Because I say, here's your motivational for the day, that answer to whatever you write, it's the why that you're doing anything that creates purpose in your life. Purpose in your business. It's the why. Why are you in this relationship? Why are you in sales? Why are you working here? If you come up with something that's important enough for you, you don't have to worry about being motivated. You know where motivation comes from? I say purpose. When you have purpose in your life and in anything you're doing, motivation is natural. When you have purpose, you don't have to listen to a motivational tape. You've got purpose in what you're doing. So for me, that's all that is creating purpose for your business. So I think that's an important page. There's a page that talks about your 2013 marketing evaluation. If you and I are talking one-on-one, I'd ask you that same question. Where did your business come from in 2013? You're running a business. I call it, my new word is, you're all intrapreneurs. Within this entrepreneurial company you work for, you're all building a business. You're self-employed, I guess. Every day you get up and, well, I've got to go build my business. So I think it's good to know where your business is coming from so that you can decide what do you want to do more of this year and what do you want to do less of. By the way, what do you want to do more of? What worked, all right? What do you want to do less of? Maybe what didn't work. So that's an important page. Probably the most important page in the whole business plan for me is on page 6. It says your competitive advantage that you can come up with yourself. But I'm going to give you a different way to explain that. I want you to come up with a reason for me to do business with you. Whether I'm a consumer, a builder, or a realtor, why would I give you my business? I've been working with this guy for 22 years, and you want me to tell him and just dump him so I can... Anyway, I think it's a fair question. Tell me why, what makes you stand out from the crowd? Now, I don't have that for you today, but I will say here's what it can't be. I don't know what it will be. It can't be anything to do with price, product, or service. See, what makes you stand out can't be price, true or false? True. Everybody's going to have a lower rate than you. What are you telling me? Your rates are 2? So what? My credit union's got them for 1.5. You can't win on rate. You can't stand out. How about product? What, do you have some new nuclear loan? There's only about 3 loans left. Come on. FHA, VA, conventional, USDA, once in a while when the government doesn't go shutting down. So I can't stand out from the crowd based on product. I can't tell a realtor or builder, hey, check this out. And I certainly can't stand out for service. No way. In fact, just stop talking about service. I'm done with it. The more you talk about service to me, I'm already a little bit scared. Why do you keep bringing up your, oh, we have great service? You know where service shows up? Through action. I'll tell you how your service is in about a month. See, but for me, it's always a smoke screen. Hey, we have really good service at our title company. Well, what else have you got? That's all you got is service. I mean, anyway. So you can't make price, product, or service what makes you stand out from the crowd. But I still think it's a fair question. Especially in building our new realtor relationships this year, I'm telling you, they're going to ask, if they don't come out of their mouth, they're thinking it, why would I do this? Why would I give you my paycheck? And isn't that what they're doing when they refer you a consumer? They're giving you their paycheck. I'm honored. Hey, that's great. Of course, that's my paycheck too. But so here's the only answer to that question. If I'm with a realtor or builder today, me and Bobby were out here with a builder, and we tell that builder, look at 90% of what I can do to help you grow your business, pretty much any loan officer around can do the same thing. But here's the 10% that you get when you get me that you'll get nowhere else. Now, if you can come up with the answer to that one, ooh, that's a good one. See, I can't build my business on the 90. Everybody lies and has better service than me, better interest rates, I can't build it on that, but my 10%. And I think you have to, don't overthink this, by the way. I've got a realtor, I'm working with one of your realtors, that she's for 3 weeks trying to come up with her 10% difference. She sends me these long emails, 3 pages of here's my 10% difference. I said, honey, would you stop it? You're driving me crazy. Why would I choose you to sell my home? That's all I want to know. She's just over. So you may already know what it is, but it's given it a voice. And by the way, you bring that up to a realtor, a builder, or a consumer, you've already won points. They're talking to other mortgage loan officers, true or false? Come on. There's a million of them around. You're the only one that said, by the way, pretty much we're all the same, but here's the 10% you get when you get me that you'll get nowhere else. And I think it's even saying it. They might say, oh yeah, like what, Jay? All right, game on. I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you right now, 3 things you'll get. Now, I just make it part of it. Now, when you get real solid with it, I've got some of our loan officers that actually, first of all, put it on a QR code. This is pretty good, by the way. My 10% difference, why you'll choose me. And they leave this on real estate agents' desks and stuff. They leave them everywhere. And by the way, these are still like one of those things people can't resist. You can put I'm telling you, people cannot resist scanning one of these things. You put these anywhere. I got a guy hanging over these at Smith's grocery store. He's got these hanging on that little bulletin board. Now, by the way, you can't, here's my favorite, you can't not try some of these things that are way outside of what you've tried before. When you tell me you want to make more money than you've ever made before, then you have to do some things that you've never done before. That's almost smart, by the way. Keep your pens handy. I may say something smart. Every once in a while, they just come out. My wife never tells me that, but I know I said 2 smart things yesterday, all right? If you have something more or new in your life than you've never had before, you have to do some things that are different from those that you've ever done before. That's all. You go, oh, a QR code. Well, let's go. Prove me wrong. You put that on a realtor's desk, I tell you what, he's going to scan it. They can't not. They'll just, oh my God, it's like a magnet. Oh my God, what is it? And there you are. Now, and all it said was, why you'll choose me. And when they scan it, what do they get on their phone?
Your contact info.
They could get, well, it said why you're going to choose me. Not why you're going to try to call me and find me. Why are you going to choose me? Not why you're going to choose Security National Mortgage. Why are you going to choose me? This is pretty good, by the way. We're almost into marketing, which is later, but this is good. And it could just be a short little 1 sentence, 2 paragraphs. It's my 10% difference. Anyway, I've got a loan officer in Florida that, he's way outside the box. When the realtor scans this on their phone, it's a video of the loan officer. This is pretty cool. Hi, glad to meet you. He doesn't even know who it is, right? He doesn't know who just scanned that. That's the thing about that. Hey, glad to meet you. Here's my 10% difference. I mean, that is so far outside the box. And it's one of those things, by the way, that's free. And I think one of the things you'll enjoy about me, hopefully it's not cheap, I give you a free idea you'll ever hope for. Don't spend any money until you email the coach, all right? I'll show you how to get it probably for almost free. So come up with that. He also put his 10% difference on a little CD. I showed him how to do it for free. Of course, with all, you guys have art directors, creative, man, he puts his 10% difference on a little CD. He leaves it around everywhere he goes. He just leaves it. All it says is why you're going to choose me for your next loan or your next referral. They got to listen like, oh yeah, what? Let's see about that. There it is. Game on. By the way, the realtors that he left this to, now I'm coaching about 6 of his realtors on how to create their 10% difference and how they're using this with, anyway, different ways for their listings and things like that. But I think that's an important page. I don't want to beat it up, but I think you have to be able to explain to somebody what makes you stand out, what makes you different, and come up with something that you feel pretty strong about. You've got a reality check in there. Just 13 areas of your business. I've changed some that you can give yourself a self-audit, where you can decide that there might be a few areas of your business this year that you need to get a little bit better at. Does that make sense? A little better. No quantum leaps, just a little bit better. Getting better is not an option. If this company stopped with their commitment to get better 7 or 8 years ago, we'd probably still been where we were. No, we did. We have to get better every year. It's just not an option. But you can, remember, you're building your own business here. Find out where you want to do that. If we're coaching one-on-one, which I do anytime you want, I'd ask you, where do you need to get a little bit better in your business? Is it, and it'll be easy for that. And lastly, I've given you something new in there, and it's called Build to 60. I'm showing a lot of the loan officers I'm coaching how to get to 6 figures. Generating, by the way, that could be, 6 figures could be, I don't know, 100,000, 900,000, whatever you want. But it's simple for me, and it's called Build to 60. I'm going to show you how to close 60 purchases per year using my system. If you're not closing 60 a year right now, your system doesn't work. Might as well try mine, all right? Mine just happened, might, by the way, I don't know if it'll work, because I don't know if you're doing it. But I want to make it simple for you. Now, if you want to close 120 purchases next year, just double these. Does that make sense? I based it on a $200,000 purchase. So you can customize it to what you want. If you wanted to close 4, change the numbers. But anyway, I don't want you to tell me, Bill, what do I need to do to get 5 closings a month in purchases? And I can break it down for you. You'll have that. Exactly how many contacts you need to make a week, how many conversations, and how many appointments every single week. Because I'd rather have you focusing on that every day versus I want to make 200,000 this year. Okay, I'm in, but how many contacts do you need to make per day to make 200,000? Does that make sense? To me, that's the question. It breaks it down to just today. Like if you wanted to close 5 purchases every month, that means you have to make 100 contacts a week, 20 conversations, 7 appointments, and you generate 2 new loans a week. If you do that every week. Now, I don't know if you'll do it, but there's kind of the plan. Yesterday, somebody said, well, how do you know those numbers work? I don't know. You can prove me wrong. What do you got to lose anyways? You're not closing 5. At least you have some structure. Back to that. And then lastly, I've given you just a form where you can track your numbers. Back to your growing a business. It'll help you because I've defined what a contact is, what a conversation is, and what an appointment is. And then you just track them for yourself. You know how many you need. Track them for yourself. It might illuminate some areas where you need to get a little bit better. For instance, I have another loan officer in Chicago, or I don't know, wherever he is. He sends me this every couple of weeks, and it was very enlightening for me to really notice where he needs to get better in his business. He was making, I don't know, like 200 contacts a week. He's contacting people through texting, email. He's contacting a lot of people. But he only generates in a 2-week period about 3 conversations and 0 appointments. So for me, I go, okay, you're really good at contacts. I got it. But you stink on getting people to talk to you. What do you say to people? What kind of message do you leave? They ain't calling you back, man. So I said, appointments is the name of the game. Because without an appointment, we're pretty much out of business. If you didn't write a new loan yesterday, there's only one reason, I said. You didn't have enough appointments. Well, no, it was really sunny out. We went for a bike ride. I don't care. You didn't have enough appointments. I haven't found anything that connects business more than appointments. If you had 2 appointments yesterday, I don't know, you might have got lucky and got 1. But so everything we're doing is trying to get you more appointments. Because I think once you have your 10% solid, you got your passion leading the way, you got your tools and all the things that you've got, all you need to do is talk to more people. I think if we can win that battle and actually have something to say that matters, boy, we got a shot. And I think that's it. So I think those are the things that are the most important in your plan. So when you get that, and I think I would suggest for you to have your plan done by the 22nd of November. That gives you, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Have it done. See, if you do that, you know what's going to happen. After the 22nd, with Thanksgiving so late this year, and all of a sudden it's New Year, and in January you'll go, you know, I've got to work on that plan. Too late. Game over. See, if you actually had it done by the 22nd, have a business planning day. Maybe schedule one on your plan, just one day, just for you. It's going to be my business planning day, where you can close out the world and have that time for yourself to build your plan. Actually, if you did that, you'd have 13 months to hit your goal instead of 12, because you'd already be engaged in December for as much time as you have. So, more like that. So here's what I want you to do today while you're here. Make this time worthwhile. And the only way I can think of that you could do that is to leave today with something that you'll actually use. I didn't say that well. This isn't about a bunch more ideas. Oh, here's some ideas. Who cares? We're not short on ideas. In fact, ideas can be overwhelming. True or false?
True.
Every day I get emails like you. Oh, here's the new shiny object. Get one of these. There's more ideas floating around. In fact, ideas can become a distraction from your business every day. So while you're here today, just listen for the one that you'll use. That one nugget you go, you know what, I'm doing that. That's the one I'm going to do. Because if you leave with that one, you've already found a way to change today's little workshop class into some action for yourself. So listen for that. I'll try to give you enough. I'll give you enough because I know that some of you are in and out. Some of you are already thinking about that appraisal coming in, or what if the docs went out, what if that person calls? I know. All I'm saying is while you're here, be here, okay? I'll give enough on the table that you can actually grab something for yourself. I'm not trying to convince you either that this is the year that we're going to work smarter and not harder. I'm used up with that saying. I'm done with it. You want to work smarter and not harder? Oh, great. How are you going to do it? That just floats around. It's one of those sayings. You know, I got to work smarter instead of harder. Really? Okay, how? Working harder is probably why you're still with this firm. Why you're here. Working harder is what we do. It's like, that's, okay, I got that. I think if what you're doing isn't working, let's say that, if what you're doing isn't working and you keep doing it, you're just speeding up your rate of failure. I'm going faster, but I'm failing like crazy. I mean, it's like you got to slow down, all right? That's pretty good. I got to remember that. Yes, you are. You're speeding up your rate of failure. So I think we've got to figure out some things that along the way. So, and maybe smarter could have something to do with the right tools, the right approach, the right message, the right. So maybe smarter just means that. But some people have got it into. And now they don't work harder because they're trying to figure out, how do I do smarter? Sit around all day, turning around, I'm getting dumber by the minute. Anyway, more like that. So I'm going to give you about 3 areas of your business that I really would like you to be solid with, that's all. And some real how-tos to do that, and just different areas. Like if you were me or one-on-one, again, which is always your option, I'd say let's look at these 3 areas of your business and really get strong. In your business plan, I've given you 7, what I call the 7 pillars of success. They're all good, but these 3 I don't know if I could do without. And I'm going to talk to you about my way. See, the company, the reason I'm here is because I teach my way. I don't know anybody else's way, by the way. I'd have to fake it. I don't know how Brian Buffini grows. I don't know. Buy referrals or people that do. I don't know that. I'm going to show you my way. I grew mortgage companies and real estate companies doing what we're going to talk about. And some of the loan officers in our company are just using my way. And here's my way. My way is fast. It has to be fast. What do you want, a new loan in a week? How about today? Everybody's looking for business quicker. And I want to accelerate your process. My business is my way is also easy. Here's my new saying: simple gets done. It's the complicated that never gets off your desk. And I think that when we make this too complicated, and I think that's what all these new shiny objects are, all this technology and stuff, it gets so complicated that we go, oh my God, you know what, forget it. So it's got to be easy. I found for my loan offices, if it's easy, it has to be easier to do than not do. And I think that, see, if it's easier to do, you can't tell me, oh, it was just so hard. Really? I made it really simple. It's the doing that might be harder. And lastly, my way is affordable. So I already told you about that. I'm cheap, so you'll have those 3 ways. And I want to show you how to make that 6 figures in our business working half days. Fair enough? All right. You have to figure out what 12 hours, but you work half days, and I'm telling you, great job. You get more business than you get. Half days. Every realtor I coach, I tell them, so you want to do 5 million volume? I show you how to do that working half days. Really? I can work half days? No. No wonder you close 3 houses. More like that. And I also believe that I teach. I don't think that luck is a coincidence in our business. I teach people how to be lucky every day in our business. It's a choice. See, being lucky has to do with what your ability and your commitment and your discipline to show up every day. I think that luck has a lot to do with showing up, like today. Mike told me he invited, I don't know, probably another 200 or 300, blown off 50 or 100. Well, you guys showed up. So it already tells me something already about your commitment, number one. But you're going to get lucky. I'm telling you, when you leave today, it'll be a choice, but you got to lead with something that'll grow your business. So, yeah, I think that my wife is, Lynn knows Sonia, and Sonia, she's a real estate broker, and this year she's up to about 11.5 million this year in volume. And we were at dinner the other night, and she goes, you know, I just really feel so lucky. I'm like, wait, sweetie, lucky? I haven't seen you like in 3 days. You work from year to year. You tell the truth. You're amazing. You've got this personality. You talk to people. You answer your phone every single time it rings. I say, luck? Nah. See, you choose to be lucky every day. It's a choice. But I think that sometimes we think, oh, I just got lucky. Nah, you earned it. And I think that it's some of the things that we do, we have the right to get lucky in our business. I deserve it because we're showing up every day. I taught my kids, you want a lot out of life, you've got to show up a lot. If you want a little out of life, show up a little. I don't know how to make that fancy. Just keep, now of course with our business, when you do show up, you got to have something pretty good to bring along. You got to have something to say. You have to have something that can show your customer that working with you and this firm is better than working with somebody else and another firm. Does that make, did I say that right? You have to prove that. You have to give them evidence. You can't say because, hey, I've been in the business 12 years. Oh, what, 12 years? Have you been in the business 12 years, or did you redo your first year 12 times like most people I'm coaching today? No, it's like, it's got to be something that when you bring to the table that people go, oh, that's totally different. Yeah, that's part of my 10% difference. You see, in one of the branches I'm working with in Florida, we work with the branch in every department, the closing person, the underwriter, the processing. Everybody had to come up with their own 10% difference. Think about this. That branch, whoo, everybody's working on what makes it, what's their 10%. And they work on a high level of commitment because everybody's working in the same direction. So we've got a place to make that happen. Now we have some challenges. You know what they are today. What's the #1 challenge for a realtor in our area right here in the Salt Lake City Valley? What's the #1 challenge of every realtor? Anybody?
Getting listings.
#1. There's nothing more than right now we have a shortage of inventory. No doubt about it. Inventory's down. I was with a group of realtors yesterday. I asked them the same question. So what's your guys' big challenge these days? I already knew what it is. Their business, the inventory's way down. Well, we need listings. So the way I hear that, and the way you should hear that is, I got to solve that problem. Well, how can I solve it? Well, we have to solve it. See, if you email me and said, hey, Bill, I met a realtor, and they said one of their biggest challenges today was they needed more listings, done, game over. Just tell them you'll get back to them. See, I can show you and them how to get more listings. Why? Because we have to. Our job as a company is to help our clients solve their problems. Your realtor has a problem, let's go solve it. But I don't know how to do it. You don't have to know. You know me. You get that? You don't have to know. Don't worry about, well, I don't really know how to do that. You don't have to. I'll give you a plan that will make you really look good. When you go back to that realtor and say, hey, I have a marketing coach myself, personal business coach. He's a national real estate mortgage trainer, nationwide. Let me go run this by him and see if he has an idea. Do you get that? How it takes you, where you don't have to worry. You can just find and give me the challenge. We need more buyers that are qualified. Oh, who doesn't? Come on. See, you want to talk to 10 people today and write 10 contracts. That didn't happen. Wrong answer. That was 2006, 2007. Today, the realtor has to, like us, they might have to talk to 100 suspects to find one prospect. Well, if you're looking for ideas on how to accelerate that, email my coach. I'll give them to you. So, but you see, you have to take that initiative to go find problems all day long. And that's a challenge that we all face today. Now, how I would head that as the problem and the challenge for all of us is lead generation. True or false? That's not one, by the way, 1995, 2000, whenever, lead generation. But you see, today, I need more of them and I need better leads. That's the key. See, the game changed. I'm not going to my underwriter and saying, come on, if we start doing those no-thing loans anymore and you don't even have to have a job and we give away free houses, I could probably do about 5 loans a month. No, you couldn't. You still would stink. All right? There are people that in 2008 couldn't even make 2 loans a month and we were giving houses away. That drives me crazy. And now you're trying, no. Lead generation, it's a challenge. I'm going to give you some ideas. We have to find a way to do that. And then buyer conversion is a challenge for your realtor, your builder, and every one of us. How do you get your buyer off the fence? Woo! We've got great interest rates. I know inventory's down. but we've got everything, the stars are lined up. Why are people sitting around still thinking things over? People are still thinking things over. And you're putting your destiny and the destiny of your branch, your company, in the hands of a realtor that is underskilled at what? Getting people off the fence. That's it, by the way, don't miss that. I am relying on my realtor to have the skill to get somebody off the fence. Whoa, I don't like that. I better help them with that one. Does that make sense? Now, why should I? Because I have to. If your realtor says to you, boy, I'll tell you one of my challenges. I got 14 people thinking it over. How's that working? How much money do you make on people thinking it over? I like to ask them. They go, shut up, nothing. Well, good. And we got to figure out a way to overcome what I call in their world buyer indecision. And buyer indecision is a tough challenge. You've got to figure out a way to do that. I'm going to give you some ways to do that. You see, I think today most people are too busy to prospect. Let's see how to say that better. Well, they are. Everybody, I just wrote another article for a national magazine in our trade magazine. It's called Stop Being So Busy and Get Something Done. Everywhere I go, everybody I talk to is busy. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I've been busy. For 3 months, every single day, it drove me crazy. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I've been busy. I finally asked people, like, doing what? I don't know, I said busy. Busy, busy, busy. You don't even know what you're busy doing. You're busy moving, I gotta move this file. I have one loan going. I think I gotta move that over to this side of my desk. And then I'm gonna go to Staples and get a file holder for one loan. Would you stop being so busy? Oh, this is coming in, it's almost smart. Being busy often makes it okay to underproduce, underachieve in your life. Because you have now the overall reason, I'm just too busy. I prospect, I'm just busy around here. Every time I turn around, we've got to stop being busy and make more time. And you've got tools for that. I put them in your plan this year, ways to stop being busy. I had to come up with it so it was easy. I asked a realtor, one of your realtors I'm coaching, I said, hey, what, she goes, oh, I need coaching, or I need help with time management. That's one of those other excuses, by the way, that make it okay not to have what you want in your life. It's because you're not good at time management. Oh, that's good. You see, so she says to me, I need help with time management. So I said, first of all, describe to me your typical day. Just give me your day. What's a day in your life look like? So she went through this, and in about 8 minutes, I said, I got it. I got it. I know exactly what your challenge is. She goes, what? I said, you spend 80% of your time every day on non-income producing activities. No, I don't. No, you do. You just told me what you do. 80% of what you do all day doesn't make you money. Well, you know, but I have to go over here, and I had to do this, and I have to look at Facebook, because what if somebody, it's like, whoa, dude. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to shift that around, and let's see if we can't spend 80% of your day on income-producing activities. She says, like what? Another one, 10 years as a realtor. You're asking me? Well, I could come up with a few things you could do every day, and I did. And I had to give it to her in a little form. It's called It's called the money list. And I gave her a list, which you'll have, by the way, if any realtor ever needs one from you. And it just has 10 ways to make more money. 10 things you can do every day that will make you money. I said, put that in your little cube. Look at it every day, and if you find yourself any time during the day doing anything other than one of those 10, stop what you're doing immediately and go back to one of the 10. Oh, and this is it? That's it. All right? Have a good day. Let me know how it's working. See, again, I can't make it difficult. It had to be simple. Now, by the way, number 10 on that list said have fun. She goes, oh, I can make money having fun? Well, I'll tell you what, if you ain't having fun, you probably won't do any of those other 9, so it's okay. You can have a little fun, because you look terrible, all right? You are stressed out. All the wrinkles, and you've got pimples all over. What is the matter with you? I'm just so stressed. Well, I'd be stressed too. You haven't wrote a contract in about 3.5 months. That's a good one, by the way. You know, this group, Realtor Association I was speaking for, you guys sponsored it. They wanted me to speak on how to stay motivated. This is the dumbest topic, but they wanted it. How to get motivated or something as a realtor. And I looked and I go, really? You want me to talk to? This was 200 agents on a big thing they were doing. And I said, so how long do I have? Well, can you do about 30 minutes on staying motivated? I go, I don't know. I can tell them how to do that in like 30 seconds, all right? How do you stay motivated? How do you get motivated? Get rich, okay? There's something about success, preach success. Nothing will take the stress out of this business other than a bigger number at the bottom of your ATM receipt. Let me see the bottom number on yours. We'll see how stressed out you are. Give me your ATM machine receipt. All right? We got to do that. Well, that's just shallow. You make it sound like it's all about money. Well, what are we here for? To make friends? I got enough friends. I don't need friends. We've got to find a way to enhance our quality of life. And if that means more loans, you see that the purpose of my business is quality of life. Not, I need to make more loans. Do you get that when you go back to why you're in the business? It's something behind that. If you told me, Bill, my goal is I want to make 100 grand this year. Okay, I'm in, but what are you going to do when you make it 100 grand? Because I'll show you how to do that. What does that mean to you? Well, I'll be able to something. Does that make sense? I'll be able to take care of my mom and dad because I really wanted to take care of them. So there's something bigger behind that. But anyway, so we've got to figure out how to do that. Lead management is a big challenge for all of us. How are you managing your leads today? Today business and Sunday business. You should have 2 separate databases. Anything I say today, by the way, if you want more on it, you have to let me know. But we have a marketing campaign for today business and for Sunday business. What's Sunday business, by the way? You could say it. Sunday business is what? People that we can't get qualified for a mortgage today. But by the way, they're still good people. They've had something maybe happen in their life, but they're good people. We put them into a separate campaign. It's a lead management system we use that's for Sunday clients to help them get ready to buy a mortgage today. Anyway, so those are part of that for you. By the way, your realtors, big challenge for them is lead management. Every builder I'm working with, big challenge, lead management. They get all these registration cards and they just don't know what to do. They have no follow-up system. Boy, can we solve that. Your realtor, your builder says, here's my challenge. We got to get better at really our follow-up. Great. Tell you what, let's meet again next Tuesday. I'm going to get a hold of my coach, see if we can come up with some ideas. He works with builders all over the country. You get that? That creates purpose for you. And remember, you don't have to worry about how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. I'll give it to you so you can go back. See, I want the spotlight to be on you. Everything I give you, or I give you to give to your realtors, they have to get it from you. I don't want them going to me. I ain't got time to talk to all your realtors. All right? I got things to do. I got to create all these plans for you. So everything I give you, it doesn't have, generally, I want them to come to you for it. By the way, just like the new business plan that I just created for your realtors. Again, it's new. 2014 game plan for your realtors. Every realtor wants this. How do you know? Let me say it again. Every realtor will want this from you. The realtors I was with yesterday over in Sandy, they all, can I get a copy? I don't even care if they ever open it. It's got shelf life. It should have your Security National on the back. Hey, how about your 10% different? But by the way, this has shelf life because even if they don't open it, they're going to leave it on their desk. Some other realtor is going to come by and go, hey, what's that? Hey, where did you get this? I need to get a business plan. You get that? This is good. So again, it's not so much if they're going to use it. And by the way, it is pretty good. But the key is it's self-generating. It's just got a life. So you'll have, and by the way, if you don't have that, why don't you? You should have a copy of that. The loan officers that are using it actually put it in a 3-ring binder when they deliver it to the realtor. I mean, it looks like it's got value. It's got your information on the back or however you do that. Now that I know you got an art department, creative department, the topics, I mean, you got it all right? I'll just give you the guts. You do the rest. But every realtor should have a copy of that. And then lastly, the other challenge we have to overcome is managing your daily agenda. That's a challenge for all. How many now there's a different word for that. Realtors say time management is where I need help. I say, no, you need help managing your daily agenda, meaning coming up with the right things to do and the rest of it. So I think it's a big one. I think we have to get really better at managing distractions, number one. We have to get better at managing interruptions all day. That's managing your agenda. I don't care how great your plan is. As soon as you step out the door, what happens? The world intervenes. You had this great plan, but now here they come. You see, not too many years ago, if you wanted to interrupt me, you had to track me down. I could hide from you. You couldn't find me. You can't interrupt me. I'll go sit under a tree somewhere. Now today, think about it. Texting, email, I can't get away from you. So what do I have to get better at? Managing interruptions. Because you're going to tell me I can't get any more loan business because I just get interrupted all day. Wrong answer. You have to get better at managing those interruptions. I've got loan officers that are trying my system. One of them is you can't turn on your computer for the first hour of every day. Can't turn it on. This is a pretty good one, by the way. Really? But I know. The world will not stop. We will not stop rotating or whatever we do on this planet if you don't open your computer for the first hour of the day. We call that your hour of power. The hour of power is I want you to be that very first hour of every day doing what? Business building activities. 1 hour. Just that first one. It begins to create momentum for the day, number one. But here's the bigger reason. I know if you open that computer up, game over. You're going to go to your emails, and you are now at the whim of everyone else in the world. You will now be reactive. You'll sit there for 2 hours returning dumb old emails that didn't even require an answer, half of them. You could have deleted them. But do you see what happens? Hour of power, you're done. Now, yeah, but what if it's a realtor calling? Unless it's life or death, that's 911. They save lives, all right? You have a thing on your computer that says, I'm in a meeting from 9 until 10 this morning. I'll get back to you right after my meeting. What's wrong with that? That's a pretty good little autoresponder. You can put that on your telephone. Hi, I'm in a meeting from 9. Most people will give you an hour meeting. I mean, come on. But now the game is, now you have an hour. Ooh, what would you do? You just, by the way, if it's a real emergency, they'll probably text you anyway. So, but now you have an hour, just that 1 hour, that I can now begin to work on something that I can convince myself of that I'm actually working on growing my business. And by the way, if you're looking for ideas, well, what could I do? I got a lot of them. There's lots of things you could do in that 1 hour. Who's got one thing you could do if you had 1 hour of uninterruption that you could do that first hour of the day? What's one thing you could do? Anybody?
Set appointments with realtors.
I could set appointments for that 1 hour, do everything I can in that 1 hour to see if I could get an appointment with a realtor. What else could you do? 1 hour. You got free time.
Write notes to like past clients.
I can do my note writing, because everybody tells me I don't have time to write notes. Well, maybe in your hour of power, maybe that every day is the note from the day before. You could write your note. What else could you do?
Educate.
What's that?
Educate.
You could use that for education. There's so many changes in our business, confusion's over rampant. We could take that part of that 1 hour and say, every day, I'm going to do 15 minutes, and I'm going to use it for education for myself. How about you call 5 past clients? What, just 1 hour a day. I'm going to call 5, what, at 9 in the morning? Yeah. Yeah, best time to call, by the way, for me, 9 to 11. You know how many people are working out of their home today? You know that we used to bother people in the night when we call them at 7 o'clock, and yeah, I know people calling me. Best times to call today, 9 to 11 or between 12 and 2. We catch people either coming home for lunch or people working out of their house. But the key is, enough of that. You got it, but 1 hour is all it is. Then when that hour's over, and I know you probably have to go to another room, because if it's near your computer, you'll look at it and go, oh my God, I gotta go on. Just get away. You already left a message on your phone. You can change that voicemail right back when your meeting's done. Then nobody will left the message, and you'll go, nobody wants me. No, you told them. You're a busy person also, so more like that. I think distractions I'm visually distracted a lot. I don't know about you, but I'm a visual person. I can just look at something sometimes. My office is upstairs. I live up in the hills in the country in Tennessee. I could just look out my window sometimes at my desk, and in 20 minutes I'll go, my God, I saw that leaf actually change. This is amazing. I look at this apartment, I'm going to go, whoa, what was I doing? I've got to figure out ways. You've got to stay in the game, son. That's just for me. I manage distractions a little tough. My office is upstairs in my house. So is my pool table. The other day, I was writing some notes for coming down here today, and I'm sitting at my desk, and I look at that and go, this thing's way too dusty. I got to go down and get something to clean my desk off. So I start downstairs, and I go by my pool table, and I go, one game. Just one game to clear my head, all right? 45 minutes later, I start down the stairs. I get in the kitchen. Now, you're way too young for this. But I actually walked into the kitchen and went, what the hell am I in here? What was I doing here for? I don't even know why I'm there. Well, I say, well, you know, I'm a little hungry. Well, I'm here. Why don't we make a sandwich? All right? Anyway, hour and a half goes by. I got to figure out a way. You got to stay in the game. I use something, a tool I use is called Recall. So it's REQALL. I can pick up my phone leave myself a message, hey Bill, so here's an idea for that talk you're doing in Salt Lake City. I can hang up and it shows up in my email. I can manage my inbox easier than writing notes. I used to have notes everywhere. I lose notes there. Now all I have to pick up my phone. Hey, for sale by owner, 5645 Wilson, here's the phone number. Hang up. Done. Clear it out. But when you get to your office or in the evening, it's in your inbox. And by the way, most of those things I leave, delayed, that was dumb, what was I thinking there? But it keeps you in the game. It's about focus. We have too many ways to lose focus. And all of a sudden we come busy, we come distracted, now we're interrupted, and then you'll tell me, I'm stressed out. Well, you got to get rid of some of those things. I'm still using, I shouldn't say this, but I still use slide dial. I don't know if any of you do. You know those people that you need to call, but you don't want to talk to them. All you wanted to say was everything's good. Well, that's great. Talk to you next time. That's all you wanted to say. But you know as soon as you get them on the phone, what happens? Oh, 20 more minutes of, well, I talked to my friend at work, and he said that that interest rate might be a little, what does your friend do at work? Well, he's in the shipping department. So you're big. No, I can't do it. It's one of the, do that 20 times a day, 10 times. It takes me 20 minutes just to get refocused once I get interrupted. So 10 times 20, I'm out of business. So just for those people, I still use slide dial. Sorry. It's where I can call them and it bypasses the ringer on their phone. It goes right into their voicemail. Where I can just say, hey, sorry I missed you. Everything's great. Loan's locked. Have a good day. That's all I wanted to say. You know, otherwise it's going to be that 20-minute conversation or whatever, and it's going to be past the poison, all right? I can't do it anymore. That's another free service, and by the way, that doesn't mean don't talk to people. Does that make sense?
Is that something that we can really do?
Oh, yeah. It's called slidedial.com. Yeah, it's in my business plan, by the way. Yeah, that's free. Yeah, by the way, this isn't so you don't talk to people. It's just those people, all right? Hey, come on. It works with kids. My kids, I ain't calling them. They just want money. But old dad calls them. Hi guys, sorry I missed you again. Hope everything's great. Have a good day. That's right, I call you. My kids are like, because what they get on their phone is it says missed call, missed call. They go, geez Dad. I go, why are you guys always on the phone every time I call? You'll have clients that will go, hey, sorry I'm always on the phone. And you go, I know, what's up with you? Anyway, no. One reason that tool works, focus. I have to stay in business today. All this is trying to take me out of business and make it okay for me not to produce. Because then I can tell my manager, whew, if you had a day like mine, yeah, whatever. You haven't talked to one realtor, one builder, one past client, or sent one note. Come on. You've been too busy to make a fortune in the loan business. Maybe that's my next article that I'll write. You know, how to not be so busy that you missed your fortune. More like that. Enough of that, but I can say if you're not working on originating or closing a loan, every day, the rest of it is just, I don't know, it's a distraction. Or you have a hobby. I tell realtors, some of yours all the time, you know, it sounds to me like you used to have a hobby. I call it real estate. You know, you go around and hand out cards to all your little colleagues, you go to lunch with each other. Why do you go eat with each other anyway? You guys don't, I'm sure. You do. Stop having lunch with each other. What do you think, you're going to get a lead? Stop it. Have lunch with somebody that can grow your business. You see two loan officers going to lunch. Hey, where are you going? Well, we're just going to get something to eat. Would you go get something to eat with somebody if you have to eat? Why do you have to eat anyway? But if you do, go to somebody that can actually grow your business and grow this company. Right? We need to figure out who that is. Now, a couple of critical areas for you. You have now the plan. If you don't, you will. Make sure you get the realtor one. It's been our best e-marketing tip for the last 2 weeks. For those that are on my Monday Chalk Talk, how many joined Monday Chalk Talk? The rest of you must be doing your $2 million a month or whatever. Why wouldn't you join on a Monday Chalk Talk? I do it twice, give you 2 times to call in. I give you your realtor tip of the week, something that's pretty good. I'll come up with something you can hang up with and go, I might try that. Again, anyway. If you don't, you should try that. You get a reminder from me. I even remind you. Each time I do, I go, do I really have to remind them? I've been doing it for 7 years, every Monday, 2 times. Well, you'll still get a reminder. Hey, everybody, don't forget, 10 minutes. But we've been doing our Realtor E-Tip using the game plan. Our Realtor E-Tip went out, and all it said was, subject line, Jumpstart 2014 Realtor Biz Plan. By the email. Hey, if you didn't get a copy of my Realtor One Plan 2000 business plan, let me know. I'll be sure to give you a copy. Come on, that's been too good. They want it. All I want them to do is respond to you. Now, are you going to send it to them? Not in a million years. I ain't sending you this. I just got you an appointment. You get that? All you have to do is say, hey, great, when can I stop by, drop it off? We can have a time to meet. It's 26 pages. I got it in a notebook, so I can't email it to you. You get that? This just gives you the opportunity to have something that they want, back to solve their problem. Most realtors have a business plan. Well, most realtors don't have one. I know that. But you've got that, and you've got a place to use that. So planning, we're done with it. Plans don't create results. What does? Execution. Write it out. If you need help on your 10% difference, email me. I'll help you. All right? Won't help. I'll look at what you put and give you the feedback, because whatever you come up with, here's what it has to also include. The benefit to me. If I tell a realtor 90% of what I can do for you to help you grow your business, every other loan officer in the valley can do the same thing. But here's the 10% you get when you get me that you'll get nowhere else. And now you come up with your 10%. And at the end of it, you have to be able to say, and so the benefit to you is, there it is. Realtors buy benefits. They buy value. They buy somebody that can help them solve their problems. So just make sure whatever your 10% is, and say, here's how that'll benefit you. We told that to a broker the other day. I'm having a meeting, phone meeting with a broker for one of our loan officers, and we came up with a version of that, and I told the broker the same thing. So here's going to be the benefit to you and your firm. And we're setting up a Jumpstart 2014 call with about 14 of their agents in their conference room, Security National Mortgage loan officer sitting right with them, really cool. But the broker had to see, so the benefit is every one of your realtors in your company will have they'll have a business plan, something that will be in writing that they'll be able to utilize. So just make sure it has a benefit, and I'm sure that you can come up with that. See, I can't use price, product, or service because I don't know what the benefit would be. It would be pretty much like anybody else. Part of it is that. I think the other critical skill that we have to get better at this year, I think all of us, you've got a great plan. You're going to have some marketing today that will knock your socks off. But I've got to also get better at my sales skills. I've just got to get better at some of the things that we talked about in the challenge, helping people make a decision. How do I overcome the realtor that says, I don't even know you. I've been dealing with this guy at the bank for the last 12 years. What do you want me to do? Just ditch him and use you because you're nice? By the way, that's a pretty good one. Anybody ever heard that one before? I already have somebody that we use right now. Thank you. I have to be able to have something. I can't go, okay, sorry I bothered you. No. I have to have a way. Or the agent that goes, now I know in this market it's a little different because we don't have a lot of listings, but the agent that says, well, I'm just a listing agent. Well, my goodness, I'm just a listing mortgage broker, or mortgage banker. Thank you very much. Anyway, I've got to figure out a way to get into their business using sales skills. You can't be passive. It's not one of those that, one of the loan officers said, oh, I just don't like to be pushy. I pay you to be pushy. Nicely. So that they like you. I call it pleasantly annoying. See, I will teach you how to be pleasantly annoying. They don't know if they should love you or hate you, but they just can't decide. I call it the velvet hammer. We just keep coming. It's not the sledgehammer, just the velvet hammer. Okay, we got to help them along so that they go, I can't live without you. I know. I knew you couldn't. See, I want you to be irreplaceable. And you see, price, product, or service makes you replaceable. If you want to go sell price, go somewhere else. Because I'll replace price all day long. With what? Value. It's the only thing that I can overcome price with is value. You see, in the absence of value, your realtor will choose price. They're going to say that this credit union, my bank, they had a thing in the lobby that they do loans for 2%. First of all, no, that was a CD, all right? That wasn't even a mortgage you looked at over there, buddy. Yeah. So no, that's not going to, that's not going to be the end of it. I think that marketing is a waste of time and a waste of money. Comma. Right up until somebody says, where do I sign? Up until then, you can market all you want. Give me the money. If anybody's saying, where do I sign, or how do we get started, To me, now here's a quick story. I'm with the 7th largest builder in the country, Canadian homes and forecast homes all over the country. I'm working with their salespeople. I came in to do a little how to sell or whatever. I have a special class just for new home salespeople. I start off the talk with about 100 of their salespeople with the same thing. I go, well, first of all, I want you to know that marketing is a big waste of money and a waste of time. I'm 10 seconds into this presentation and my hand goes up. Oh, yes. Hi, my name's Maggie. I'm the director of marketing for Canadian Homes. What was that part again? I go, oh boy, here we go. I said marketing's a waste of time and a waste of money. And boy, she went off. She goes, well, let me tell you what, we spend $1 million a day. Every time you're on an airplane and open that magazine, there, she went on and on. I go, Maggie, you are great at marketing. Right? You got marketing, but you didn't let me finish because I said marketing is a waste of time and a waste of money right up until someone says, we'll take lot 7. We're going to take the Magnolia model. Up until then, what do we got? She still wasn't quite bought in on it. She goes, yeah, but, and I said, let me ask you one question. What is the purpose of marketing in this firm? She beat around, well, what's the purpose? Why do you have a marketing department? What's the purpose of marketing? She finally said something close, and I said, so the purpose of marketing is to generate interest. To generate interest to your company. And if you're in curiosity. If you're doing a good job, somebody will be curious and interested enough to follow up and maybe contact you. She goes, that's right. And you do a great job. You're creating interest everywhere. I said, then, but Mary, let me ask you this, Maggie. Where does revenue come from in this company? I had it. I had it right in that moment. Well, I said, come on, where does revenue come from? Marketing generates interest. How do we make money? Sales? There you go! See, so many companies collapse the two. We have a sales and marketing department. No, you don't. You have marketing that creates interest, sales that creates revenue. Well, she almost took another cut. So basically, we got clear. Until they want to buy something, we've got to really get better at our sales skills. She finally went, yeah, so you better teach these guys in here how to close some of these people. We're getting into the models. Okay. All right, Maggie. I'll get them, whatever. So I just think we have to be that way. I think questions trump answers. I want you to work. I'll work with every one of you if you want, coming up with the greatest questions that we have today. You have a meeting with a realtor next week. I will give you the top 3 questions to ask them. See, it's not about answers. I don't like defense. I like offense. Questions trump answers all day long. See, if you're worried about answers, you're going to spend too much time about, oh, I have to overcome objections. I want to teach you how to generate them, but coming up with good questions. And one of them, by the way, I've already given you. If I was meeting you and I today, a realtor, that would be the only thing I know to talk about. So what are you experiencing these days as your biggest challenge in your business? See, here it goes, radar up. Just be quiet now and listen to them. They're going to give you what? Their problem. That's all they're giving you. It gives you the chance to say, well, I'll tell you, we're having that same issue, trying to get people to say, move ahead and all that. So anyway, it gives you the opportunity. But work on that probably. I think that a confused mind always says no. If somebody's confused, they just say no or else thank you. If you have a card, I'll call you back. They ain't calling you back. We're going to think it over. What do you think? They go home and light a candle and bring the whole family together and think it over. Come on, kids, we have to think this over. Think it over means you just got them so messed up. They're more confused than they were. Ask clarifying questions. And I think it starts with that. Getting people, here would be an example of a clarifying question, but one also that creates emotion. If somebody did ask you, and they still do, don't people still ask you about interest rates? They don't know what else to say. Hey, what's the rate? Or, however they say that. I'm still one that I wouldn't answer that question in a million years, and if you do, you have to stop. Well, we're pretty good on government, but on convention, what's your rate? I have no idea. Let me ask you a question, though. What's more important to you? Would it be the interest rate or the payment itself? See, that's a thinking question. Make them think. What's more, and by the way, what do you think is more important, the rate or the payment? Payment. I sell payments. I've been a payment guy since I worked in the finance business. I didn't know what else to say. When rates were 18.5%, I sold payment. I didn't tell anybody rates were 18.5, right? And it still works today. People buy payment. So when they say, well, payment, anyway. So it's not a deflection. It's let's have a conversation. What's more important, payment or that? So I think you can get into some tough conversations if you're not careful. Enough on sales. There's plenty we can do with that. We already told you, but I do want you to use one four-letter word more than you've been probably using it in the past. And the four-letter word that will get you some dirty look sometimes is the word when. And I want you to practice ending every conversation with the word when. Because if you don't, how do you follow up with somebody if you don't say, hey, when should I check back with you? Well, when do you follow up with them? Just whenever you feel like it? You see, if I haven't written a contractor or gotten somebody to say, hey, how do we get started? If I haven't ended with that and they say, you know what, we really do need to think it over. All right, I would too. This is a big decision for you and your family. And one of the things that I'm going to really appreciate by your thinking it over is that when we get back together, your decision will be based on a high level of commitment. That's good, by the way. That's good. All I need to know now is what? When should we get back together? When should I check in? See, now they might say, how about never, okay? We just said that to be nice. Okay, talk to you Thursday. I mean, it's like, okay, I can live with that. What I can't live with is, okay, we'll call you. We'll give you, do we have a card? I can't live with that. I got to look at all those dangling conversations. All these people. But why don't people like the word when you use it? They have to say something. They have to commit. If I say, geez, when can I check back with you? They can't just stand there. I'm not saying that. They can lie. I don't care. Whatever you say, though. And then when you want to really drive them nuts, take out your pad and write it down. So when should I check back with you? You could be drawing Mickey Mouse on this thing, and they're going, oh my God, he's going to write this down. Yeah, I'm writing this down. And then follow up. One of the biggest things that is lacking in our business today is follow-up. One of the biggest things lacking in the world today is follow-up. Nobody wants to follow up. Right? Everybody thinks they deserve business rather than following up, asking, earning. I think when you follow up, back to pleasantly annoying. You know, I'm just going to be there, but I think you have to ask permission, and it's okay. You know, as long as you ask permission, I think you can do that. So the bottom line with that is ask, listen, and then solve. And if you can't solve whatever you heard, you email the coach. I'll help you solve the problem, because that's all we got. If we can't do that, it's going to be... See, if you solve their problem, I say it gives you a bit of an edge. It gives you an edge to say, so now how can you and I get together and start doing business? You see, rather than, I had this really cool flyer, you know, I did it in glossy for you. I mean, now, I need to know how I can solve your problem. And if I can, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I got a shot at least being able to. I like to ask at that moment, are we beginning? See, I don't want a personal relationship with the realtor. That's just me. I have enough friends. I don't want to date them. I don't want to hang out with them. I don't want to go bowling with them. I don't want to do anything with them except close the buyers that they generate as a referral to me. What I do want is a business relationship with a realtor. Did I say that right? I still like the word relationship, but I want a business. Personal, hey, let's go golfing. Where I'm going to ride around in a golf cart for 5 hours with you. I wouldn't do that with my wife, right? No, I am not riding around. I did one, somebody might appreciate. I had this realtor, he kept going, we gotta go golfing. Oh, shit. I said, all right, you know what? We're going golfing. Right? Next time we close a deal, by the way. I wouldn't give you a Starbucks coffee unless we close a deal. See, everybody wants all this up front. Let's go to lunch, sure, as soon as we close a deal. Hey, how about as soon as we close a deal? I'm not the good tooth fairy around there. I already did that. I got all those bills going, what am I doing? I'm spending all, anyway, no, I don't do that. Business. But I had this one, I said, all right, you know what, we're going golf. I pick him up. I take him right down to the pitching putt. We pull into this pitching putt, and he goes, what are you doing? We're going golfing. I do miniature golf. Anyway, I know in an hour I'm done. So come on, he's like, I thought we were going golfing. We are! Miniature golf. I'll be done in an hour and get you out of my life till we get another deal. Passive salespeople have skinny kids. So in your style, in your personality, I think you rally around that, but you have to be direct. I think if everybody that you meet, realtor, consumer, if you just said, by the way, can I be direct and bottom line with you? What do you think most people say? Maybe not everybody. Most people, yes, good. I have a direct question right now. See, I think people want it. I just want to be able to say it. Can I be direct and bottom line? And do you know the top realtors, do you think they have any problem with that? They probably say that exact same thing to their clients. When I'm following up, the top one, that's what they do. I will never offend a realtor of one of my core realtors by over following up. Do you get that? That's what they do. I've had them say, I kind of like you. You're like me, I know. I'm just digging in, man. Just like, I'll bet you do too, right? Because I see you're one of the top agents around here. Well, I'm just the same way. See, I think they'd rather have that than the other side of it. So I think we have to, but still you have to have the value to bring. Last question you could use is tell me about your situation. It's my 5 favorite words in this whole selling conversation. Tell me about your situation. What are the rates again? Tell me about your situation. See, make them think. I don't want to say, tell me about, that's a good question, by the way, because it makes people think differently. Tell me about your situation. Well, we're thinking of refi. Great, tell me about your situation. I don't care how long you own the home, what do you owe, what's your credit, who cares? Refi, great, tell me about your situation. I think that's a great question to open a conversation with. So tell me about your situation. I've got all of our realtors on the tell me about your situation. We do a few things deeper than that. I'm teaching your realtors also, because they need this skill. We do a whole teleseminar just on how to get your buyer off the fence. They will call in on that one, I guarantee, because they need ideas. So I teach them something called our yeah, but strategy, something called 3 whys down. I teach them that there's actual tools that they can use to get a little bit better. And if that doesn't get them at least an appointment with you, come on. Then you know you have the wrong realtor. Probably, more like that. So, all right, so we got enough of that. You got sales skills, I think that. Now, in marketing, I want to grow purchase business and balance it in 2 distinct areas of our business. One, realtor referrals. I can generate purchases by getting referrals from realtors. True, that's one way. Or my insurance guy. The second way I want you to consider growing your purchase business is through my consumer direct marketing program. Consumer direct marketing is the things that we're doing to generate your own buyer. Does that make sense? If I have a pre-approved buyer, do you think I have a problem talking to a realtor anywhere? Give me the top realtor in Murray or Sandy. Well, you'll never get her on the phone. Bet I will. I bet I can get her on the phone right now. I talk to that receptionist and I say, is Marilyn so-and-so there? I heard she's the top agent. I'm with Security National Mortgage. I have a pre-approved buyer I'd like to refer to her. I mean, come on. Well, I'm not going to put you through. That's the only way I can get through. I can't get into that office unless I have a buyer. See, for me, I work really hard on consumer direct marketing. It's easier for me to find a buyer than a realtor. Does that make sense? By the way, how many realtors do you think you really need anyway? To build your business to what you're looking at, 5 to 10 purchases a month, how many agents do you need? Take a guess. How many do you want?
5.
I think close. If I get 4 or 5 what I call my core agents, I'm good. Core agent means you don't mess with me. I have access. I call you. You call me back. You don't shop me. I get first look on everything. I mean, we have a guideline for a core agent. Okay, we call it in our system, my system, it's a preferred realtor partner. So our preferred realtor partners have a different distinction. I've created a Security National flyer for those that have had it. It's called our Preferred Realtor Partners Marketing Assistance Program. You could laminate this and hand it out all day and get people to call you. Because I've laid out the things that you and I can do to help the realtor grow their business. We can do all this. I've got automated lead generators we can help them with. We've got additional services we provide. I've got coaching services. I've got stuff for your realtor that will knock them up. They can't get this anywhere else. Oh, you use Wells Fargo? Well, great. What are they doing to help you grow your business? Or whoever you're using. These are some of the things that we can do. Now, you might look at this and go, I don't know how to do that. Don't worry. Just let the realtor know, because all they have to do is it's a menu. If they said to you, well, Bobby, what is this, like, mobile marketing tools? What do you have for that? Don't worry. You go, I don't know. Don't worry. You do know, because I do. You could go, is that something that's really interesting to you? Do you think that could help you grow your business? Oh, yeah. Tell you what. Here's what I'll do. See, everything, back up. Here's what I'll do. I've got a personal business coach. He works with realtors all over the country. Let me run that by him and see what he can come up with for you. So how about we get back together next Tuesday? You get that? This creates that appointment, but another appointment, that's all. But you can just leave this around with your name on it. Somebody's going to look and go, what is this? More like that. Almost like leaving, all right, hey, I got an idea. Let's put this on the QR code with your name and Security National. Just leave that around. They're going to scan it and go, oh, I need some of this. Of course you do. That's my part of my 10%. I'm not giving you yours, I don't know. But somewhere in there it has to be elevated to, you can't live without me. In our version of that. You can't replace me. See, if I'm generating leads for a realtor, me, it's hard to get rid of me. I got the only thing they want. They'll get their other lender, you know, the guy they used to use, they'll get him to take them out to lunch and take them golfing. He'll do all that. I'll just work on getting deals. See, part of it. So you get we're balancing consumer direct and realtor referrals. Those are the two areas that you have to decide where you want to spend your time, your energy, and your effort. I have strategies for both of those. Meaning, if in our coaching you say, I'm really looking to generate more referrals from my insurance agents and my attorney and my realtors, that's a whole different, I'm going to give you different marketing for that. If you say, hey Bill, I want to really work on generating more consumer direct business. Great. Here's some of the ways we can create consumer direct business. And I think that you'll be able to look at that for yourself and see what works. But I do think that marketing now, even though sales creates revenue, we still have to create interest, true or false. We still need curiosity. And I say curiosity is the genius of all marketing. It has to be curious or they won't respond. This is curious. You actually have a realtor business plan? Yeah, I do. This is curious, a QR code. Everything that creates curiosity, all it does is open an opportunity. I don't know if they're going to want to do business with you, but well, I don't even know if you want to do business with them. Ever met one of those realtors that you know that you just, I don't think it's going to work, okay? It's just, you and me ain't happening, all right? That's okay. That's a big day in your business. I'm not saying go turn down business, but you'll know when it happens. I work with people that have the same level of motivation as I do. They're as hungry as I am. They want to grow their business. They're not looking for one new idea this year. They're really looking to dig in. I really will give you all I got. But you see, that's where you've got to try to figure that out for yourself out there, who you want to do that. But there's others. How many of you have the high maintenance realtors right now? That you just want to drink poison every day by about 10 o'clock. You look at your phone and there you go. Here we go. Oh, yeah, Betty, it's century 21. You know all she wants to know is, now, how do you do, what is DTI again? Oh, here we go. No, you got to stop calling. I got to change my number. In fact, give me my card back. I've had girls that I take my card back. Give me my card. I can't call somebody else, all right? In fact, I always carry the card of somebody I didn't like in this business. I say, I have a friend of mine that kind of specializes in the kind of things that you do here. Now, for some of you, and I know Lyndon might know, for some of you that are really out there, I actually have pink slips for realtors. So if you have a realtor that you really want to fire, I got a pink slip you can use. And all it says is, you're fired. But it's nicely. We must end our partnership marketing agreement today because something in your situation might have changed. I wish you all the great luck and success in the future. Yeah, I know it changed. You're giving me all these second looks. You take my loan and you go over there and you told my buyer that I gave you that my rate was too high. Have a good day. Not around me. Think about that. You gave a pre-approved buyer or a builder. I had a realtor, my buyer, by the way, who's your relationship with? Realtor or buyer? Buyer, that's my buyer. I gave it to me. My buyer says, that realtor you referred us to, nice, but she said that rate was a little bit high. The realtor said, no, the realtor's high, all right? I gave you that. Think about this. If you gave a lead to a realtor, what did you just give them? I made your house payment. Here, thank you. In fact, maybe made your house payment for 2 or 3 months. Because your check's that big, and sometimes my check's that big, but I have no problem with that. That's how we do business. But don't mess with me, all right? I got the golden key. I will find the realtor. You can just wave that. By the way, you can wave a lead in front of any real estate out. They can smell it. And you can just go, ooh, a lead. You watch them come out. By the way, a good opportunity. Somebody would say, well, how do you know the agents that are actually doing any business? They all look alike, true? 97% of every real estate transaction in the Salt Lake City Valley is sold by about 3 or 4 or 5% max realtors. How do you know? Because I found out. You should know too. I went right to the sites where you can find out this area. But here's the key. They all look alike, don't they? I could go into an office, there's like 50 of them. Well, there's only 2 of them that have ever sold more than 3 houses a year there. I don't know which 3. They all look alike. So we've got to get good at, like, so who do I target at least? Now, I don't want you to go after, I've got a loan officer that said, I'm going after all the top realtors, I got this list, and these are the top agents in the whole area. Which you could get the same thing. I said, so you're really going to just market to the top agents? Wow, let's think about that. I'm okay, but now tell me how you're going to do it. See, these people have been around, they have a limit. You're going to be, ooh, it's going to be tough selling. It's going to take a while. Why don't we go after that mid-range? Why don't we go after some of the agents where we can actually maybe build it up? Anyway, you got it. I like new agents, just me. Mike and I were talking a couple of days ago about a product we're going to be offering you to offer realtors. It's a new agent fast track program called the First 100 Days to help the new agents get out there and do something right off the bat. I like that for a couple of reasons. First of all, a new agent, they don't have a loan officer yet. They don't hate me. They don't even know they're not supposed to like you. They're old. They got everything. Hey, I like. Second of all, they're hungry. They're either just starting a career, they don't know what to do. They're the owner of their company, and get some business cards and call everybody you know and bug them until they list a house with you. They don't have any structure. What if you walked into that real estate office and said, by the way, let's talk about a business relationship. One of the things that we have is a new agent fast track program if you're hiring a new agent. They want it. Guaranteed. Are you going to give it to them? I don't know. That's up to you. You see, that opens a conversation about what? Business. So let's take some time, get together. Let's talk about business. But I like that new agent. Plus, they don't know what they'll do anything that I tell them. And they get lucky. It's kind of funny that the new agents, sort of like our new loan officers, they don't outsmart themselves. They haven't been around long enough to go, oh, I tried that, it never worked. I give them, say, here, I tell them exactly what to do, what to say, and where to go. They get lucky. How do you know in 1 year that new agent isn't going to be one of your core agents? I don't know. They all look alike. And if he is, I own him forever. I brought him up as a little baby. I had that relationship from the beginning. Well, what if he flunks out? Well, it's been proven that even if they don't make it, they still do about 3 transactions. Friends and family, I might as well get those. So the key is, back to, how do we locate them? For the new agent, it's pretty simple. The new agent, I just ask a receptionist on the phone or in person, hey, by the way, do you guys have any new realtors in your office? Anybody coming in? Because over at Security National Mortgage, we have a welcome to the industry package I'd love to send them. That's a hard one for them to say. I'm not telling you. We have a welcome to the industry package at Security National we'd like to send to your new agents. All I need is their contact information, just a phone number and their name. That's all I need. Now, are we going to send them anything? Not in a million years. I can send them anything. Send them a package? I don't have a package to send them anyway, but here's what I do have. I have somebody that I have access to. I have availability to, and especially if it's one of those offices where you can't get in this office. Oh yeah? Watch this. You give me the, as long as you have a new agent, I get into any office. Through invitation, rather than breaking the front door down. I used to hide behind the bush at the front of the realtor office. As soon as the receptionist is on the phone, I'd make a break for the bag. Like I've got a hoodlum. I'm breaking into real estate office. Right? Now, I can call that agent. Hi, this is Bill, Security National Mortgage. Marilyn told me that you're new to the industry. I have sort of a welcome package that I'd love to drop off. You're going to be around the office tomorrow. Where else are they going to be? They got nowhere to go. Well, yeah, well, a gift? Well, sure, come on over. See, everybody likes gifts. By the way, do you already have gifts that you could give them? Come on. First of all, you have a 26-page business plan with your name all over it. Come on. That's not bad. They don't have that. You have access to my members-only resource center for realtors. Think about when you show up, great. So at least have a conversation. Now, where is he every day? He's in the office. He ain't got nowhere to go unless he's using my plan. That guy out the front. Well, you can't come in. Hang on a second. Hey, Bob, got a minute? Oh, come on back. See you later. I got an appointment with Bob. I can get in any time. Bob's always here. I like new agents. We've got opportunities with that, so we can do that. I have a flyer I've done for you if you haven't got it. It's called 16 and a half Ways to Generate Purchase Business Without Chasing Realtors. If you haven't got that, email me, I'll send it to you. I've got 16 and a half ways. If you're looking for more consumer business, here's some of the things that you can do to generate. That's a flyer that you can use. In your members only, I've got a podcast that says how to create unbreakable alliances with realtors. It's free to you. I charge anybody else to listen to that. You get it for free. It's in your members only. Click, and I've got about 35-minute podcast on here's how you create that. And again, unbreakable. You already get the concept. The only way it's unbreakable is if I'm a source of what? business. They can't get rid of me if I can. So you have to be able to, this is a nice idea until you really have a lead. Until you really have one, it's like, well, that's a nice idea. You have to actually be doing the things to generate those leads, but you'll have the opportunity to listen to that if you want. So when we talk one-on-one, I just want to know what you're really good at. I want to help you build your marketing on those areas that you're the strongest rather than the weakest, first of all. And I have a form, you'll tell me, these are where I'm really good at. Here's an example. If you said, hey Bill, I'm really good, I kind of like being in front of groups. I say, whoop, that's it, don't say anymore. We're going to use my event marketing, seminar marketing, class marketing. We're going to get you in front of groups. And by the way, why? Because you'll do it more. I always figured if I could get loan officers marketing in the areas that they had the highest confidence and that they like to do more, they do more of it. And what would happen? You get lucky. It's a deal. So I'll help you come up with that, the foundation of just work on your strengths. Say life's too short to perfect your weakness. I said that to a grammar school parents about a month ago. I was doing a little talk. They had some little graduation going on. And I was just doing this talk, and I made the mistake. You know the one about know your audience? I said something about, my new book is called Discover Your Brilliance. And the concept is that I think we all have unique talents in our life, each one of us. And if we can spend more time developing our unique talents versus spending our whole life going from poor to fair in those areas that we stink at, we probably have a better, because I say you'll never become more than average at the areas that you're the weakest at. Well, I said that and 20 hands go up. Yeah? We give little happy faces when they do good on those areas. We want them to do good. It's like, oh boy, happy faces are good. All right? So you don't want them to get better. No, I want them to get better. See, I don't want them to get this big, still spending 90% of their life working on the things that they're the worst at. Let's find out and help them develop. Anyway, so it was one of those things like, oh boy, I'm not going to bring that one up again to that audience. But you get it. I've got people that are doing these certain things just because, well, Tom Ferry said I have to call 5,000 expired listings to get one appointment. Well, how do you like that? It stinks. Well, then why do you do it? Every day, the realtors I'm coaching at, why are you doing it? Well, you just have to keep hanging. I have another idea, all right? Let's find out something that you like to do, and maybe, anyway, you get the concept. So if we're working together, I'll help you develop some of these marketing that you really like to do, because there's all kinds of marketing. That's kind of the easy part. I want you to pick a lane and stay in it. I got loan officers, even in this company, they're crashing all over the freeway. I gotta try the postcard, I gotta try Facebook, I better do this, gotta get a technology thing, gotta get a Facebook, gotta get a Twitter. Would you just stop it? Just get in a lane and stay there. I will help you develop your niche. And then let's get rich in your niche. Now maybe 2 or 3 marketing strategies, but no dabbling. I think that's what happens. We start dabbling, and then we just have so much going, we have nothing going. Does that make sense? So I want to help you stop dabbling. We'll come up with just a few. I want to help you come up with high touch and high tech strategy. We'll balance the two. I'm okay with technology as long as you can tell me how does it generate new business. My favorite question with your realtor. And by the way, when I work with your realtors, I help them think. Every realtor spends 2.5 hours on Facebook a day, and I say, what do you think somebody's going to jump out of your computer because they went to the same high school as you did and want to buy a house? I mean, does it show me how technology can grow your business? Now, that's where I'm saying balance high touch, high tech. I still say that there's nothing hardly that will replace kissing babies and shaking hands, getting up every day and talking to more people. That's why on your tracking form, we track conversations and appointments again so you can go talk to people. But I think my business coach, I have 3 coaches I need for help, but my business coach, we were working on my plan. We work on my plan quarterly at a time. But anyway, she asked me, how many people do you contact every month? And I started to think, she goes, how many people do you contact a month? And I started thinking, and I said, well, blah, blah. I send out about 6,000 emails every Friday. By the way, if you don't get my Friday e-tip, shame on you. You should go on and sign up for it. It's free. And then I was, so that's 24,000. And I said, I don't know, thousands of people I contact a month. Then she says, how many people do you actually connect with a month? Oh boy, that was a good one. I pretended I didn't know what she meant. Well, like, what do you mean? How many people out of all those thousands of contacts do you actually connect with every month? I mean, I started thinking, and it was like, oh my God. I said, 12? I mean, like, Yeah, okay, I got it. What's the point? She goes, well, the point's pretty simple. Because based on what you told me, it sounds like in your business right now, you're going a mile wide and an inch deep. Maybe in this next period of time, we might look at shifting that. Maybe it's time to go deeper in the relationships you have by developing more conversations, connections, appointments, thank you notes, as Chantel said. Maybe those are a way to develop it deeper. And I said, and I pay you for this? I got it. But think about your business. With all this technology, well, I email on people every day. Well, who cares? How many of your emails do you think they even read? You know today that 72% of every email you send is opened on a mobile device. What do you think that? I'm really looking at that in my business because I know and I track openings every single Friday. Now, if you're, let's say you're sending out a newsletter, email and a newsletter to a realtor, you might as well just put it in the track. They're not going to open it. They just opened it on their little smartphone. It's not going to happen. It's changed the way that we're doing subject lines. It's changed the content. Because I thought about this. If somebody's opening my email on either an iPad, an iPhone, a smartphone, where are they? What are they doing? So, bless you. They're kind of on the run. They're out. They're doing things. And so we're changing a lot of that. Now, I still give you every single Monday on Chop Talk a Realtor E-Tip of the Week. But you know that it's really short. It's not to replace the tools that you have. Loan Toolbox, I'm all in. Good stuff. That's called branding, keeping you there, blah, blah, top of, what is it? Top of mind, tip of the lip, whatever. That's all good. But it's that other one every month or every week that we do that's short, to the point, it's personal. Does that make sense? So we're using that, and that's where I try to create response for you. So I guess it's just managing. I think that technology has created more professional casualties in our business than anything I've seen in 25 years. In the spirit of, well, you just got to get in there with technology. Okay, how's it working? For me, prove it. Show me how you get business. I fought technology. Long time. I ain't getting a cell phone. I ain't carrying around one of those big things in my car. Well, now I'm on 9 social platforms. I've got 3 blog, 3 Facebook pages, BizNet, Plasco, Twitter, LinkedIn. Well, but here's the difference. I can show you how to do it to gain business. I can show you how to use it to gain rankings. I can show you how to become a celebrity using technology. That's different. See, and that's what I help your realtors with. They all want coaching. Let's say that you talk to them. They say, well, I need some ideas on social marketing, social media marketing. That's it. Say no more. Give me their name, their email, and I'll give them all the ideas they want. But it starts with social media marketing is all about getting leads. We're in the lead business. It's not about Facebook. I don't care what high school you went to or what kind of food you like to eat. Does that make sense? I don't care. But how can I use it to get business? And that's what we're getting better at. But again, it's the combination of the two in balancing both of those, high touch and high tech. So relationship-based marketing is all about high touch. It's the most affordable. Relationship-based marketing is using your energy. It's let's remember, brush your teeth, comb your hair. Let's go do mortgages today. Let's go have fun. So it's relationship-based marketing. My new term is cup of coffee marketing. You know how much good stuff can happen when you call somebody and say, you know what, let's get together for a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. We haven't met for a while. Good stuff happens. All of a sudden out of that you go, wow, that was lucky. They referred me to their insurance guy or whatever. Was it lucky? Cup of coffee marketing. Sounds official now. I'm going to do my cup of whatever marketing. So get together, have a cup of tea. More like that. See, that's back to your energy. And it's different from automated marketing and it's different from database marketing. Now, relationship-based marketing starts with just answering your phone. Why don't you answer your phone? Oh, I do. Come on. We've gotten to a place that we do all this marketing, we didn't want to talk to people. Well, I ain't talking to him. You just did marketing. He just called you. I ain't talking to that guy. Voicemail. And then you tell me that, oh, your call was very important to me. No, it wasn't, you lunatic. You got caller ID. You know it's me. All you're doing is, what are you, in the FBI? Answer your phone. You think you could get more business with that? Uh-huh. I promise you. You tell my wife, I was talking to Bobby. I'm always looking at my wife like, how do you choose the lender you work with? Because we don't do business in Tennessee. I don't know why. We probably should. We just started. But I said, how did you pick your lender? It's amazing to me. She's a top realtor. 10.5, 12 million so far this year. She's up there. She goes, well, she started thinking, well, let's see. They always answer, every time I call them, they answer their phone. But you see, we had a business meeting. I told them, she saw the lender, I will never call you in the evening or on weekends, unless it matters. And when I call you in the evening, because she had a realtor or a lender that said, I work realtor hours. She goes, radar, oh really? I like that. By the way, you can use that. Realtor, it could be part of your I work realtor hours. She goes, really? So it's based on one of the, she could care less about his rates. She doesn't even know their rates. Treat my people fair. Tell the truth, answer the phone, don't mess around, close when you say you are. I mean, it's not the, well, I have this program, it's no Emma, it's just those things. And I watch her. She'll call and we'll be out to eat. I go, why are you calling this guy right now? She goes, I just got a text. She works a lot with builders. I need to get an answer. And she knows that that's a go-to person for her. And you can become a go-to person for your realtor. Just, it's kind of weird. But remember, let's do the easy things first. I just answer my phone. Now, if you are away, remember, if you're in that power of hour, you had a message, I'm in a meeting until 10. Now remember, if it's an emergency, they could probably, if it is, they'll get a hold of you through texting. But so answer your phone, and again, if you are away, upgrade your, maybe after we're done in a little while, call your cell phone and listen to your voicemail message. Half of you that I call, it sounds like somebody stole your dog. You're out of food. Hi, I'm away from my desk, but your call is very important. Would you just kick it up a notch? That's the first opportunity everybody's ever heard your voice sometimes. And they're like, hey, I don't know about that one. You see, that's a little thing. That's free. Hi, this is Bill. It is a great day to buy a home in Salt Lake City, Warrior Valley. And I'm glad you called. By the way, you glad they called? I'll bet Lynn, we're glad. I'm glad when they stop calling, they turn your branch into a yoga studio. They better call, all right? I'm glad you called. Now, don't be in a meeting. This is where you can say, I'm at a closing. Leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Why not be at a closing? Now, how do they know? I'm always at a closing. Where are you going? Not going to closing. Where you? I just get back from a closing. Now, you got to get some closing. But I want people to go every time. Sometimes, like, boy, things are good. Yes, I will dispel the rumor of real estate mortgage business is slow. Business isn't bad. There's just some people that are bad at being in business, and they haven't figured out a way to make the adjustments. They're still trying to buy refi leads. Can I get some trigger leads? Oh, please. Just, there you go. Give them the poison now. It might as well. It's over. All right? You got to make your adjustment. So, I don't know. Call your voicemail later. Just for fun. You know, you can change that if you want. Hey, how about wearing your name badge? See, 1, 2. I know you guys are in mortgages. You're in mortgage business. Oh, really, name badge? Yeah. I can only tell you how much business my wife gets from just wearing a name. It's just weird. Most people are interested in what you do. Money. What is that all about? Well, we don't have a name badge. Well, then call your manager, go down to the trophy company and get one. We have a little template, so you can get it pretty easy to get one, all right? We got a creative guy, we have an art guy, we have the master promoter. We got it. You need a big, you ain't wearing it, come on. I don't want any secret agents. I'm a secret loan officer. What are you, 007? No, wear your badge. Networking, I'm okay. I'm okay with bridal shows. That's another relationship-based strategy. If you've ever thought about it, even had an inkling, or you had a realtor even thinking about it, stop. Email me. I have the how-to steps. I can show you how to absolutely make that work. But again, you're listening to the realtor. I tried a bridal show once. It didn't work. Hold on. You tried it, but you didn't try it our way. We have a way that works anyway. So that could be part of it. My FISBO system. It's relationship-based marketing. I have stuff that I will give you that can make you a star working with for sale by owners. And by the way, in this market, they're selling. True or false? Inventory's down, FISBO sell. You got to get there fast. Security National Loan Officer just asked me last Thursday, how do I, this was a good one. I'm looking for more buyers. This was good. Have any for sale by owners in your area? Yeah, there's some. There's a buyer. True or false? That's a buyer. As soon as his house sells, he turns into a buyer. You want more buyers? Go see FISBO. That's the very first place I'd go. By the way, I've got so much for you on that strategy alone. Another podcast you can listen to called How to Turn a FISBO into a Buyer Lead Machine. I look at it for sale by owner as a generation of leads. We set them up using our marketing. I give them automated systems that we give them anyway. But that's relationship-based marketing because we have to have contact. I've got a whole class. We've got a class for FISBO. We've got all kinds of, but FISBOs are good. I've got a CD for you. I've got the first aid kit. If you're serious, go on my website. It's $50. You get it free, okay? But only if you're going to use it. If you're going to use it, I'll show you exactly the steps, what to say, how to get an appointment, and how to generate his upsale lead. Oh, by the way, there comes a lead for a realtor. Oh my goodness, how about that? Now I get another lead. Because if I give him one, I always operate on 1 for 1. Every lead that goes to a realtor, I get one back. Does that make sense? That's a part of our business conversation. It's called 1 for 1. I don't care if it's a refinance, it's a purchase, you owe me one. And until I get it, you don't get another one. I learned the hard way. I'm making this realtor rich. I'm down about 5 deals I'd give her. She made like 80 grand. I got nothing from her. Shame on who?
You.
I go one day, I go, what am I doing? I'm just going to go make everybody rich? Stop. So now it's 1 for 1. I give you one, you owe me one. Just like that, let's have a good business. It'll be great. You know, I want them out looking for business for me because that's what I'm doing for them. I got realtors that are asking other agents in their office, hey, if you have a buyer, I'm really working good with Bobby, you know, because she knows me one. Here, you should call Bobby. She's really good. All right, pretty good. More like that. We're doing farming. There's just so many ways to build through that. Teaching classes. I have classes for you. You should be having at least 2 classes every month. I've seen, hey, Jane, good to see you, as always. You have some great opportunity here. I've seen at least one conference room, I know, but there's others. You've got to teach classes right now. You have great opportunity. Confusion creates opportunity. Every realtor, you should have heard what realtors were asking at this thing yesterday. I'm like, really? Now, I heard that on the USD, I mean, they don't, I'm telling you, pick a subject. I have a few good ones. We have one right now called Dump the Underwriter. That is such a cool, now, you have to have an underwriter that can sort of speak. And, you know, we have to be able to talk. Some can, some can't. But we've got one that we invite realtors to every month. It's called Dump the Underwriter. It's sort of a panel. The realtors come in. The loan officer does his little, hi, everybody, whatever. And then, see, realtors don't believe in you. They only believe the underwriter, right? So they'll come and they'll go, okay, so, and the underwriter picks a topic that month. Why is it so hard to get somebody self-employed approved these days? You can tell them, but I want to hear you. Marilyn, why is that so tough? And the underwriters, I mean, they just have this captive audience. But that's a great class. You can call it what you want, but that once a month, just inviting your realtor partners and putting the little thing out, we're going to have that. That's once a month. We've got so many changes going on. I'm sure you can pick something for yourself. Now, for consumer classes, we're balancing those. I've got one called Welcome Home. Now, by the way, these classes are all done for you. If you're thinking of a home buyer class, or you have a realtor that says, yeah, I was thinking about doing a home buyer class, but they never work, stop. You didn't do it our way. I have the curriculum. I have how to enroll them. I've got everything done. That's on Welcome Home. And by the way, we don't call it a first-time home buyer class because Welcome Home today is also including the boomerang buyer, had a foreclosure or short sale, and now with the FHA changes, and I know there's some caveats. I got it with the Back to Work program, but I'll tell you what, these realtors didn't even have a clue. They were yesterday going, yeah, they have to be like 4 or 5 years, right? Well, no, it could actually be 1 year. Well, see, that's where we're calling this boomerang buyer. We have to get them out of these apartments and back into homes again. Why is that our problem? Because that's where we're going. So it's our welcome home program. It could be welcome back home. You know. For some, it could be you're going to be in an apartment for another 10 years. You know, we've got one that's called Heroes Behind the Badges. It's a class that we're going out putting on for law enforcement. We're doing one for teachers. We've got one for firefighters. I got a guy. All he does 3 days a week is he goes around to fire department halls. This is too good, by the way. First of all, they got a lot of time in their hands. They're in there shining up something, or washing the truck, or they have more time. They're cooking or whatever, go to the store. He goes in and says, hey, by the way, I'm with Security National Mortgage over here locally, and we've just come up with a program designed just for firefighters. It's called For Firefighters Only. And what we do is we teach the firefighters how to buy homes at half price. I'd love to come in and chat and show you that sometime. How about right now? We ain't doing nothing. I mean, they got a little kitchen. They got a table. How about right now? Now, by the way, what he's teaching is what we don't want. But he has an audience. He's teaching the Good Neighbor program, where the firefighters can buy homes at half prices in areas they don't want to live, with houses that come with no toilet and no bathroom. Who wants one of these, right? Well, do you have any houses that actually have a toilet? Well, yeah, we have some for 5% down, 3.5%. Anyway, the key is we do the same program for one called Teachers or A+ in our book. I have this one approved in 13 school districts. Anybody know a teacher? I'll show you how to get in front of teachers. With this program, same thing. All it does is give us an audience. I'll give you the curriculum. We talk about the Good Neighbor program, and then they go, but I don't want to live over there. I know. Do you have any over here? Well, of course we do. We've got some again. Do you get that? You have an audience. But the key is everybody wants to buy a house at half price. I just want to show them how to do it. We're in hospitals, we're in firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs. The Heroes Behind the Badges is a great program. We call it that, but that's just a Good Neighbor program again. So if you get back to it, if you tell me, Bill, I like to be in front of groups, oh, man, we are going to teach you classes. I'll show you how to get in front of the consumer, in front of realtors, more like that. And then, I'm doing stuff on things that we don't even really, our Get Mortgage Ready program. Every single month we have a class called, and everything we do are classes. Don't put on seminars anymore. There's no such thing as a seminar. People, especially consumers, don't want to come to seminars. Why? What does seminar sound like?
Boring.
That, they're going to be sold something, all that, these trust seminars. We have classes. Our Get Mortgage Ready class is for all the people that are able to qualify for a mortgage. We bring them to a class once a month. Why waste time with them? Oh, I'll take them. We get more leads from the people that we turn down than the ones that we said yes to. But we work them hard, we work them in a class, we give them curriculum. I've got a 36-page book that you'll be able to use. It's a great class. Well, where do you find these people? By the way, where do you think you find the boomerang buyer, number one? Where can you find buyers that had a short sale or a foreclosure 2 or 3 years ago? What's your number one source for them?
Apartment complex.
Apartments, that's where they all live.
Credit bureau.
My realtor, too. My realtor, and he'd love to give me that one. Oh, you're having a class? Here's 5. Good luck. Take these guys. Bring them on. I'll take them. All I got to do is turn one of them into a real buyer. Oh, baby, that's just one. But it's a class. It's with structure. It's all the rest of that. But now I want to show you, this could be your one thing, by the way. We'll see who does this today. But somebody will email me. You tell me you did it, and I want to see your book. I want to show you how to get celebrity branding within 1 week. Celebrity brand. How would you like to be a celebrity in your market? I'm going to show you how to do it. Using classes could be one way. I wrote my book, How to Sell to an Idiot, 12 Ways to Sell Anything to Anyone, for one reason, to create celebrity status. Not to sell books. The publisher makes all the money. I make. But if you want to buy one today, I'll take it. It's $10. I wrote it for one reason, though. It got me opportunities. I get to speak at a lot of places only because people go, oh, you wrote the book. Yeah, I wrote the book. What the heck? I should come in and talk. Anyway, so it increased my fee a lot. But for you, I want to show you how to get your own book within 1 week. Because, by the way, if you're having a class, well, let's say Get Mortgage Ready, and you wrote the book called 101 Fast Fixes That'll Raise Your Credit Score. You authored that book, Bobby Hansen. And I'm going to use that as what? To get people, well, you wrote, I should come to that thing. All it does is create instant credibility. Now here's how I want you to do it. I want you to explore a website called theplrstore.com. The P as in Paul, LRstore.com. And here's what the PLR store does. By the way, PLR stands for Private Label Rights. They sell ghostwritten books on any topic in the world. How to make pumpkin pies, gardening, real estate, credit, mortgages. They got books all written, and I mean really good, generic, not about Salt Lake City, but it's a generic. But just think about it. You wrote the book, How to 101 Fast Fixes to Increase Your Credit Score. And I'm going to invite all the consumers I know and their friends to come to my class. It's a way that we're beginning to enroll our classes more. Now, how about Welcome Home? I wrote the book. It's called The Home Buyer's Handbook, How to Eliminate Risk When Buying Your First Home. I'd like you to come to our class. So when you go to the PLR store, click on mortgage, click on real estate, whatever you want to click on. Scroll down to ebooks, and there you go. One out. Now, here's this ebook. When you buy the book, and they're all of about, some of them are $3.99, some are $4. 103 pages. These are really good looking ebooks. Nice cover. And when you buy the book, you also get copyrights, and you also get authorship rights. It comes with the book. This is pretty cool. So now you're the author. You wrote the book. By the way, it comes in a Word document. So what if, by the way, if you're going to do this, read the book. Right? It may say something like that. Right? If you're going to send it to somebody, if you don't like it, backspace, that, get it out. I want to put something in about Sandy, Utah. Well, put in a thing about, anyway, you can change it however you want. But now you have an ebook that you wrote. What can I do with that? Ebooks are almost taking the place of, well, I mean, think about it. E-books are everywhere today. Everybody gets an e-book. You have your own now. It looks really good. You're the author. Now think about all the ways we're using this e-book. Generate classes. I wrote the book. How about if you went with your realtor and said, I'm looking for a realtor to co-author a book called The Home Buyer's Handbook, or they got some really good ones on listing. Oh, they got one for sale by owners. They got books that you can immediately, as soon as you do your little PayPal $4, whoop, there's my book, oh my God. You can change the title because it's in a Word document. But now you got a book. If nothing else, you can tell your kids, hey, I wrote a book, check this out. See, this is behind the curtain. You go out, if you look at any of my books on my website, I wrote those. I'm giving you the secret sauce, right? This is behind the curtain. Clear to Close, the real estate agent's guide to turning prospects into paychecks. I wrote that book, all right? That one's actually a hardcover. This is still an ebook. You can use this in so many different ways, but it creates that celebrity status. Boom, you're an author of a book. Now, I don't want to sell that book. I could care less that one that we're talking about. All I want to use it for is, I got realtors, they drool when I talk about this. There's a book in there called How to Sell Your Home for Maximum Profit in the Shortest Time. I told a group of realtors, how would you like to be the author of that book? Do you think that might help you get a listing? You wrote the book on how to sell your home for maximum profit in the shortest time. I'm telling you, you just bring that up. And I'm telling you, you have enough where you can at least start to talk a conversation about, we should get together and talk about business. I got all kinds of stuff. Oh, you're looking for more credibility when you go to get a listing because it's so competitive with everybody there? I got an idea, let's get together. I can show you how to become famous. And remember, you don't have to just say, Bill, this realtor wants to know about this book thing. There you go, game on. Here you go, go tell them this. But remember, you have to leverage those things. I'll give you everything because I don't question you. I already have figured out that you've done your due. This is somebody you really want to work with. Does that make sense? I'll give it to you. But now leverage it. It's like the game plan. Yeah, you can go hand those out. But I know it's got value. So I want you to be able to use it in the way that you can to leverage that lead. So there are so many good, there are so many good topics. What if you put it on your website? What if it's on your blog? Hey, how about the next time you send something out to your database? Hey, hope you all got a copy of my new ebook. Everywhere you go, you're there. Now, on that same website, you can also buy articles. Real estate, mortgage, and credit articles. They're 99 cents. And they're pretty good, by the way. For 20 bucks, I could get 20 articles. Why would you want to buy an article? Well, I'll tell you why. I buy articles because Google says buy articles. I do whatever Google says, by the way. If Google says whatever, I'll do what Google is it for me. I am at the top of every search engine only for one reason. I did exactly what Google said to do. When they said to get a blog, I got 3. When they said you better get some articles out on the internet and the World Wide Web, I got articles. But now here's the concept. If you buy one article, do you know how many article directories there are in the world? I knew of e-zine articles, articles.com. There's a few where consumers go in and they get articles on things. There's hundreds. Well, I don't have time, and they're free. You can send an article, they'll post it on there. I don't have time to send 200. So I have another vendor called iSnare. I can send my one article, 99 cents. iSnare for $2. We'll put it on every article directory for $2. Are you kidding me? Well, why would you do that? Google. All of a sudden, Google sees me everywhere. The way you increase rankings with Google, number 3 way, is through articles. And make sure it has your contact information on it so Google can find you. But all of a sudden, you're up for $2 and they're $3, and that took all of how long? Nothing. All of a sudden, I'm everywhere. Now that ebook, it could be on your website, it could be on your blog. Oh, by a blog, how many of you have a blog? All right, you got a blog. I don't have time. Yes, you do. You don't have enough time. Google says blog. Number 2 way to increase your ranking. Why do you care about your rankings, by the way? Well, Security National is at the top. Well, where are you? 87% of every realtor and every consumer will Google your name before they choose to work with you, supposedly. What if it's only 50? It's still a lot. So I gotta be, the company, I have to have personal rankings at the top of every search engine. So I found out from Google how to increase rankings. Articles, that's the 3rd best way. Blogging, 2nd best way. So if you don't have a blog, I think you gotta really think about it. First of all, it's free. You're telling me you don't have 5 minutes, I can show you how to create your own blog? When 5 clicks, click, 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 you have a blog. I mean, come on, blogger.com, WordPress. Yeah, but remember the purpose is rankings. I want myself, see, it's about that celebrity status. I want to be everywhere with Google. So, blogging, if you're not real interested in that, and by the way, if you posted once a week, you can't think of something in once a week to say is really cool about mortgage and real estate in the Salt Lake City area, I can give you the content for free. If you're wondering, how do you get content? Simple. I'm giving all your realtors content. Because they say the same thing, oh, I don't like to blog because I don't have time to research. All right, we'll take that excuse away. Now will you blog? And why would we want them to blog? So that they'll put you on their blog. I'll tell that realtor, and hope you will. I'll show you how. We'll get that blog going. I'll show you where to get content, but it's going to be you and me on that blog. There's another blog that's working great for some of you. I'll show you an example if you want. It's your testimonial blog. Well, we have it on our website. I would say, how about a separate blog just for testimonials? That's all it's on that blog. Every time somebody says at the close that you did a great job, thank you, you made our dreams come true. How about if we put that right on your testimonial blog? So you have one blog, that's all it is. You do it anyway, why don't you put them on there? So the one that I created for a couple of our loan officers was, it just is, what's the blog? MikeSheehanRavingFans.com. And so we're calling it Raving Fans. And all that Raving Fans blog is every time they get a comment, can I put that on my blog? Oh, sure, they love you at the close. I mean, come on, they just got their house. Can I put that on there? We're actually using another service where you can actually have them say what they just said at the closing. Oh, you're so great, we love you. Oh, we got our house. Can you say that again? Hang on. You call this number, they say it again, and it automatically goes on as audio on your blog. But that's a little out there. Just a blog. By the way, what do you think the #1 way is to increase? Not you can't say it, not you. You director of art people and all. The #1 way to increase your rankings with Google. How do you get there the fastest?
Video.
Could be. I use radio. I use blogtalkradio.com, which is a free radio that you can all set up for yourself, but video. It's one of the reasons that Google bought YouTube. They got a concept on this. So if you're not using video, come on. It's simple. What if you just did a little video? You take down your channel on YouTube. Well, that's great. Do a little video in front of your computer. Just sit there, shut the door, and you'll be all nervous and everything. It's okay. Just say something. Oh, mortgages are fun. I love to do mortgages. All right, that's it. All right, now put it on YouTube. Purpose rankings. It's not, do I think people are going to go to my blog, want to get a loan? No, I'm doing other marketing for that. I've got to create this presence of myself in this community, and I want to do that worldwide. So those 3 things are free. You could do that. You could set up a little YouTube thing for yourself. You could put something on there. And I get stuff from that I don't even know where it comes from, but it's out there all the time. So if you want to explore that again, or you have a realtor that's looking at social media, let them know. I'll show realtors how to set up their Facebook business page so it can make them money. And if you can show them that, they owe you. That's where I'm counting on you. We're going to give them good stuff, but you have to say, all right, you owe me business now. When am I getting your first referral? Well, I don't know. When did you have your last one? About 8 months ago. Give my stuff back. You ain't getting me no referrals. See, that's why you got to do is a business meeting. You have to have a little conversation. Let's talk first, see if we're a match, because I'm looking for somebody that I at least have the opportunity for with that. More purchases. You get, how many of you have a purchase contract right now that is in process? Purchase contract in process. As soon as you get that purchase, and I'm just consider, is what we call sell to seller. As soon as I get a purchase contract with some of the loan officers I'm coaching, the first call we make is to the seller, not the listing agent. We tell that seller very clearly, hi, I'm Bill, I'm with Security National Mortgage. I just wanted to call and introduce myself. I am handling the financing on the Wilsons that bought your home. I wanted to make sure that you have my contact information and blah, blah, blah. But then it's got a great question. And by the way, when your home closes, and by the way, I see no problem in closing on time. And by the way, if you don't say that. But I see no problem closing on time. And by the way, when your home closes, will you be purchasing another home in the area? I mean, come on. There's only 2 answers, and one of them is pretty good. Are you going to be repurchasing a home in the same area again? Well, yes. By the way, I might have a shot at giving you a quote on your financing on that home. You get that? Another opportunity. It's free. Where do you get their phone number? Oh, come on. You don't think I can get the phone number off a contract? What's the first thing you get from the realtor? You get the contract, the purchase contract. I could get it from the realtor. In fact, about half the time we get it from the realtor. Do you think the realtor's going to give me his seller's phone number? With my strategy, I'm going to try and get us that purchase deal, because how would you like them to go buy a home from some other agent? I'm going to tie us in. So anyway, another idea for you. If you have a purchase contract, just call it. And that's a pretty easy call. I just want to introduce myself. Everything looks fine. We should have no problem closing on time. And by the way, you're going to be repurchasing in here. Now, that's on the seller. Buyer. I'm all about generating more referrals from application to closing. After closing, you have a whole post-care program. I'm sure that you do great post-close. But what about in that moment when they really like you? And when do they love you more than when they actually get their written and they're pre-approved and they know everything is right on? They love you more than ever, and that's where we zoom in right there to get referrals at that moment. This is the person that said, hey, look at my, geez, this is great. I'm glad you're really taking care of things. I want to refer some of my friends at work. Do you have any cards? Forget it. No, you're not going to. I already know. I already done that. Oh, here's 3 cards. Phone ain't ringing. I'll tell everybody at work that you got a house. Don't worry. All right? So our strategy, very simple. Again, back to keep it simple. I have a pre-approval. They love me. First thing we do is we go down and we get a gift basket. It's got a balloon on it that's this big around. Helium, 18-inch filled balloon. By the way, you know how long the air lasts in one of those? 18-inch helium filled balloon. Ooh, they're good. Gift basket, very easy. Little card inside that just says, congratulations, everything's approved. I'll take care of everything. Start packing. Now, by the way, again, if this is a touchy one, you don't want to go repo your gift basket, all right? This deal's going down, all right? It's got your cards and it's got your realtor's cards, if they're really nice. See, for the realtor that really wants to do business in that moment. Because he's not going to tell people at work he bought a house. I will. Everybody walks by his desk, what do you think they're going to say? Hey, what is it, your birthday? What's going on? Nah, I bought a house. How'd you get a house? I don't know, man. You gotta call this guy. It was amazing. All of a sudden, I have an advocate, I have a champion in that company. You see why I want more purchases? I want balloons everywhere. I want my stuff. I want my book. I want my article. I want everything I can do for free. Get that out automated in the world so I can go out and do some of the things that we really like to do and spend more time on that. But just those 2 things, I don't know who'll do that, but just those 2 alone could generate you some business. Just doing that. How much is the gift basket? I actually used to send I'm a little more obnoxious than that, but more like that. So you got things you're going to do. You got your blog. You're going to start that. And again, if you don't know how to do that, email me. I'll show you how to do that part of it. I have a virtual assistant that we're giving to a lot of realtors that tell me that they don't have time to do a lot. I give them a virtual assistant that they can use. I have one that's really good, specializes in what they do. By the way, if you're doing things where you're stepping over dollars every day to pick up nickels, you're going to be out of business. You make way too much money to sit around and load up your whatever. You've got to find ways to leverage all the resources that we have in this company. My gosh, we've got resources like crazy. The automated marketing, we're doing a lot with that. We're doing a lot with text marketing. I already showed you some of the QR codes. If you have a realtor that's between the age of 28 and 35, are you using my Monday morning text that I give you? Every Monday morning, a text goes out to 5 realtors, and all it says is, wanted to let you know I'm in the office this morning and available to talk to any folks you may have met over the weekend. It's awesome. Every week, just send 5 of them. And they're don't group them, just 5 little things. My wife, I got that idea, by the way, from my wife again. She says, check this out. This was a while ago. She goes, this lender just texted me that same message. She goes, that was pretty interesting. She goes, I've never got anything like that. Okay, we're going to do that one. All right? If you're not, pick somebody. Any folks you may have met over the weekend. I'm available. I'm in the office this morning. Make that happen. More like that. So you got your blog. If you're using database marketing on your own, plus what the company's providing you, that's all good. Then we have to get really good with how we're generating leads from your database. And I can show you ways that we're doing that as well. We're doing a lot of things good with our database as well. And we're doing it with our realtors. Yeah, you left his class and I'm glad you dropped that. More like that. If you have a personal website, plus the one that, if you have the SNMC, but if some of you, I don't know if you do, but some have their own personal website also. If you do, let me review it for you. I can show you, I review about 5 realtor websites every day. I'll review yours and show you how you can upgrade it to generate leads from your website versus just, website for me as a whole. Oh, it's about branding. No, it's not. It's about leads. website, I care less. How many leads do I get? Every realtor of yours that I talk to, they're all looking for ways. Every realtor website looks exactly the same. Except the ones that have a little picture of their dog on their pants. I'll tell them, get rid of the dog, all right? I told this realtor the other, at a seminar, we were doing a class for them, and it was, I'll do a website review for your realtors, and I said, but just know I'm gonna be bottom line. I'm just gonna tell them kind of here's some things you might do to upgrade to get more leads, and more lead capture traps and things like that. And if you got a dog on your website, I'm gonna tell you get rid of the dog. Realtor, well, I like dogs. I don't, all right? I ain't going. So let's just get rid of the dogs in here. And if you have a hat, one of those, she get in your business card, she's got this big hat, you couldn't even see her. She's got holding a dog, couldn't even see that. Her picture was at the very bottom of her home page. It's like, I got a couple of ideas for you. It's back to that, your realtor in that interview. If they say anything about their website, I've got a national real estate trainer coach that'll look at your website, maybe he's got an idea or two. See, if it's good, take the credit for it. If they don't like it, blame it on me. Oh, but that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Well, I know, he's kind of goofy, that guy. But you see, but if it's good, you take the credit. Yeah, well, you know, we work a lot together, so you'll have the opportunity to take some of that for yourself. We really only, we've only scratched some things. We've got door hangers we're using. I can show you a door hanger that will absolutely get you calls. We have it, we're trying it, it's working. Of course, you have to actually do it. This, by the way, this question mark one's really good. Have prices in your area gone up or down lately in the last, say, 6 months or a year? Not dramatic, but a little bit, right? And all they had to do was go up a little bit, which proved that we hit the bottom. For all the buyers that said we're waiting for the bottom, you already missed it. We have evidence. If they say, how do you know? I can prove it. We hit the bottom. All the information that the MLS has, you can show them right here, the prices are starting to go up. If they're going up, anyway. So we're using this one, and it just said, did you know your house value may have increased in your neighborhood or your zip code? If you like our free home value report, let me know. We're using our 800 call capture number. It's a free service. I can get more referrals to my realtors than they can. First of all, they won't even do this. I know, but it's cold out. How do you go hang out? Well, pay some kid to do it. I don't care. I'm going to get, and by the way, 6 cents, what can you do for 6 cents? 6 cents, I'll find a way to go drop some of these down. See what I can get. We are finding, see, it's different if the realtor did it. It's like they don't want to call the realtor. Oh my goodness, they're going to want to call us and have us sell our, this is from a lender. Home prices in your area have gone up. If you like information in your zip code or your home, just call our free home value report. And that's through your real estate mortgage hotline. That's the one that one I still recommend is Hotline America, only because we're using it in so many different ways. But it has an extension. Just call our hotline, real estate mortgage hotline. When they call it and hit that extension, it says, hello, thanks for calling our real estate hotline. Put in the extension for more information. They put in the extension of that, because they saw it on one of these. And when they hit the extension, it goes, hi, would you like the home value report for your home only? And if so, put your address. Or would you like it for your zip code? I mean, come on, that's pretty good. Now, as soon as they put either one of those answers, where do you get the home value report? You can say, where do you get the home value report?
Realtor.
You're a realtor. All right, Betty, get ready, game on. I need a, what do they call it, comparable sales? I need a home value report. Here's the address. Oh, I'll call them. No, I'll take care of it. As soon as that realtor gets involved, it's going to get messed up, all right? Let me just get the, I'll get the lead. It's easier for me to talk to them. I don't want you to call the FISBO. No, you're going to mess it up, all right? You just stand by. See, if we're generating leads, what is the one skill our realtors that we work with need? The skill, negotiating, writing a contract, sales skill. Not marketing. Where are they the weakest at? Marketing, leads. I'll take care of that. You write contracts, and this could be pretty good. But you have to have enough holes in the water, even though I said don't get too much go, enough holes in the water so you'll be able to generate those leads and at least hold up your end of the bargain. Here's what I've got for you. Because I want you to have, that's pretty close. First of all, if you don't have your own game plan, please get it. If you get stuck on anything, you have a question, just email. If you want to send me your 10% difference, I can just give you a comment. You'll have something that's strong. If you don't have the realtor one, even get it. But now, upgrade it. Get your information in it. Put it in a binder. Put a flyer in the back that says Security National, so if somebody does look at it, they'll know where it came from. So you'll have that. If you have not enrolled all of your realtors in my members-only resource center, what a great tool. It's free. I charge $129 for that for anybody else. You get to offer your realtor for free. It's not the end of the world, but guess what? They got something. When they said, like, how can you help me grow my business? Where do you want to start? I mean, it's like, what do you want to talk about? Where's your challenges? I can give you resource, access. So you've got that ability. So when you tell a realtor that I have some tools that I think can help both of us generate business, that's just one of your tools. Back to your gift, your free industry gift or whatever for a new agent. That's one thing. You could offer them the members only. You can give them one of those. You could do a free business plan. I'm doing business plans for your realtors. You've got to come in hard on this one. I have no problem. I will do a customized, obviously for you. Every one of you, all you do is email me and I'll help you. I will put together a marketing plan just for you. And I'll do it for your realtors, but now I'm counting on you. You got to leverage that one because this is pretty good. They're not going to get that anywhere. And I mean it's customized because I give the realtor a form. I look at their whole business, what they're trying to do. Do they want listings? Do they want buyers? Are they on social? I get all that info. So I make that business plan just for that realtor. So if you sent me 5 of them, they might be a little different. That's, again, huge. Go to my website, $150 for one of those. Free. But again, free meaning in exchange for what? Opportunities. That's what I'm looking for. Put me in the way. Get me to the plate, all right? If I can get there, I want it to be so it's going to be yours to lose. But that's another huge, especially a new agent. Owner of a real estate company, what if I can work with some of your agents that are in a slump? They're all in a slump. Are you kidding me? Remember the 97-3 rule. 97% of every realtor in that office isn't closing anything. Maybe, what would you say, Mike, an average realtor? Is it 3 or 4 a year if you were just kind of in that neighborhood? But every office and every realtor, if you could just help them even get to 6, even that's an upgrade. But we can show them how to get to 5 million. Because for the realtor, I have, yours is called Build to 60. I have one for them called Build to 5 million. I show them exactly what it's going to take to get to 5 million volume based on their average price. Anyway, so I want you to know that you have a toolkit, and that's not even counting. I mean, from some of the stuff I heard from Mike today, you got, it's almost impossible to fail working for this company. In fact, if you don't close exactly what you want, it's a choice. You chose, and it's that one again, interest or committed. Because if you're really committed, I'm all in with you. I will give you everything it will take, but then I think we need a roadmap sometimes. Just give me the roadmap. And I think that's what your realtor partners want to, just a roadmap. Don't know if you'll do it, don't know if they'll do it, but we made a pretty good statement. When you deliver something to them of value, at least I made a statement that we can build on more of that. So you've got that ability. You could talk about our free web reviews. I'll do that. I'll just say, use their domain name. I'll look at it, and there's always things that are goofy. I'll give you some ideas that they might use if they want to. But you've created, again, value for you. I just want you to be able to, I want to help you back up anything that you say. Just not to worry that I'll help, don't worry. You can say it, because I'm right behind you. I just got to know what you said. and get clear about that. But I can help with that part of it. And then that's just the beginning. I would take advantage of the Monday calls, just not that something to start your week off, every Monday. The Friday e-tip, if you don't get that, just go on my website. It says free e-tip. Just put, because I don't do any spam email. You have to opt in. Everything I do is opt in. I hope you're the same. I obey these spam laws, and so opt in. You get that every Friday. By the way, it's also co-branded with Security National Mortgage. So I have some loan officers that take that Friday e-tip, and they have realtors asking for it if they miss a week. They actually send that to the realtor. And again, just another, what it does, positioning for you, keeping you at the top of their awareness of what you can do. So you've got that. You pretty much got anything. Now, I'm gonna when we get done, it's up to you. I'm gonna be here for another hour or so. If you've got anything I said that you want to go, so what was that again, or you want a little bit more information, just let me know. I'm gonna be here for a while. So if you've got anything that you want me to talk a little bit more about, I'll do that, because I know some of you have appointments to go write loan contracts or do all those things. Get yourself in front of somebody. But I'll be here. If you need anything, we'll talk more about it. We'll look at some of the things I've talked about. There is a gap I found between ideas and implementation. In the world, in our business, Everybody's got ideas, but there seems to be this gap between taking that idea and actually implementing it. And by the way, the more wide that gap is, the less chance you'll ever have. I think I read somewhere that within 24 hours, you'll forget everything I just said. I don't care how many notes you took. It's gone. You have to get something into action as fast as you can. So maybe narrow that gap. If you got one, I know you can't do everything, obviously, but I know you can do one thing. And whatever that, maybe it's just change your message on your voicemail. That's all you got? Well, then go do that way. Because I think it starts to convince yourself that you're a person of action. You listen to some things, and those things that match your style, not mine, match your personality, not mine, that those are the things I think you'll pick up and be able to use. I just want you to be able to, in your community, to be it, the go-to person, whatever that. 9 years in Chicago, I told my loan officers, I just want you guys to be the guy. I don't know how it is in this area, but in Chicago, everybody's got a guy. You got to get a pizza, you call my guy. You got to get your car, you call my guy. Everybody's got a guy for everything. I told my loan officer, you guys got to be the guy. Now the girls, I don't know what they would be. Same thing. You got to call my girl guy, whatever. But you got to be it. See, and I think once you come up with that 10%, you can be it. I'm it. I want to be the go-to person for my consumer when they need to get a new water heater, when they're looking for somebody that can do anything. I want to be that go-to person, that they can call me because of the relationship that we've built. I want the realtor to call me and say, I know you can't do mobile homes or whatever, but you got any idea? I want to be the go-to person. That's not a waste of time for me. You should know, by the way. That's my business. I should know. When that buyer tells me and that consumer or that realtor says to me that today the Quicken Loans has their rates out there at 2 3/4, how come you're at 4 1/2? You have to be dead on in the game at that moment. And by the way, that's our #1 competitor today. It's the internet. Where'd that come from? It used to be some other mortgage person. Now it's the internet. I'm up against the internet every day. So that means that you have to be, and I think it was Mike that said that first hour of power can be spent with education. I would every day, I know what Quicken's mortgage is for. I know everything about Quicken today. I have to. I know what lending, I have to. You should. You should be able to tell me, because your consumer you're talking to is going to say, well, that's nice, but I saw on this website that they had 2 4 7/8, and all you have to say if you've done your homework, what kind of loan was that? What kind of loan was it? See, I know. Do you know that all those websites, Wells, B of A, Chase, Lending Tree, Zillow, Quicken, they all have to, they're required to have a button now on their internet that says assumptions. And if you click on assumptions, you get to learn the whole story. See, I know with Quicken Loans, it's no cash out. It's only for a 740 credit score. It's a maximum 31% on the back end. You see, I know everything about it because I just looked. But where did your buyer go? 2 and 3. That's all they saw. Well, I think it's a fixed rate. Really, how long is it fixed for? Well, I don't know. Was it 10 years, 15, 20, 30? I don't know. See, you have to know more than them. And I think, again, that's where you create your relevance. I just love it. And it's kind of cool looking at this. Oh, no wonder. It's for a 10-year fixed rate, this thing, that thing, 740, 31%. Oh, come on. Really? Because you could ask them, by the way, I wonder what kind of credit do you have to have for that loan? I'm not really sure. What's it for? I mean, not that you're trying to make it look stupid, but don't put me up. I've been around too long. I'm not going to argue over our rate. They don't tell everything. Just know more. That's the go-to person. I wanted to call you and go, hey, my son looked on there. What do you think? Very good. So that's it. It's been an honor. There's no ending to this, by the way. This is up to you now. This will start anywhere you want to. But I'm glad you came home, got your wine nugget, and we'll keep the conversation going.